welcome back, everyone, to the Heart of Mora campaign for session number 14. 14. Last week was 13. So, quick little recap from last week. So after basically fleeing First Fire Port with your own personal reasons, you guys found yourself into the Free Heart Fighters' secret hideout den within the woods, the Tulgo Woods. Talking to their leader, Darkheart, you accepted a job, I guess, I suppose we could call it a job, to burn down 1 or 2 lumber mills in the area. You decided, yes, we'll take this job, and let's go burn Fort George's lumber mill. So you guys headed over there. Made things a little interesting as you infiltrated the camp in a couple of different ways, disguising yourselves as knights. What would they be called? Like an inspector, I guess, as well, in Timdale's regard. An auditor, maybe. Anyway, so infiltrated them a little bit, and while the other members of the party waited on the outskirts for Timdale basically to give the signal. So Timdale was in the bar drinking with the lumber workers after a long days of hard work. Well, nursing a drink, pretending to, essentially, while you guys... Actually, Barrett as well disguised himself as a knight and entered the city in order to stir up some intrigue of whether or not the nation was worth following for all these people, or whatever your guys' intentions were. Either way, the other 4 of you guys managed to, through some difficulty, burn the mill to the ground, though, of which Timdale, walking outside after Barrett, dressed as the knight, seemingly taking her under arrest or questioning, burst back into the bar screaming the mill's on fire, and the town went to work trying to put it out. It was far beyond point of saving, and you stood with Asen, Timdale that is, and watched the lumber mill burn to the ground, Asen being the foreman of the mill, and then consoled him over a night of heavy drinking on his part, and then eventually carrying him off to bed at basically like a little sleeping lodge area where most of the workers in the town kind of sleep. Being that it was late and you did not want to venture out into the wilds on your own, you asked if you could find yourself a nice bed that evening, and they said that there was a bed available from a worker who'd gone missing. He hadn't been back in a while, so you're welcome to take his bed. You found yourself laying in the bed of one Enos, who had been reported as a deserter by the drunken ramblings of Enos. Rubbing your finger along the side, you found the writing on his bed, carved into the structure of it, Darkheart. Kind of lay there, and as you fall asleep, the rest of the party meeting up into the woods to get some rest before you head back, and also meet up with Timdale again. But either way, you guys made it through an evening of rest with basically unscathed, and woke up feeling strong, slightly poisoned, and fresh.
I like how you were poisoned and he's the one that got bit by a snake.
So we'll start with...
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
No, you got eaten by insects all night.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. I was
Feeling a little off.
Demon blood. It's the demon blood.
Oh.
So we'll start with probably Timdale, just because you're on your own right now.
Yeah.
So you wake in the quarters of all these people. That people are getting themselves up and ready as well.
I think before falling asleep or something like that, I know there's not alarms or anything like that, but I would try to make a point to be able to wake up before everyone else.
Okay. Let's make a Constitution check.
+2, so 15.
15. You're allowed. I'll allow you to.
Wait, it's a check.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 15.
You're conscious enough of your sleeping that you're waking up every hour or two just to kind of check the sky, but you wake up early as you'd expect.
So I have some stuff on me that I'm able to. I would like to write a letter in my stead and be gone by the time everybody wakes up.
Okay. Do you have parchment ink?
Yeah, I have all that stuff. So I can write a letter to Asen and leave it by his bedside, basically, explaining that I'm gone.
To Asen?
Yeah, exactly. It's in
You
crayon.
Asen. Neon green gray.
Mixtures of lowercase, uppercase.
Yeah, exactly. There's like a backwards heart.
So to Asen.
Okay, no, I'm not stupid. Okay, no.
She's intelligent. The ballpoint.
17 intelligence. Yeah, exactly. 17 intelligence.
Tranquility.
You can't read.
Ethan, I had to leave and find the rest of my compatriots, but I wanted to let you know where to find me if you needed me. And I'm gonna draw, at least from my recollection, if I can make a check if possible, a makeshift map of where the abandoned church is in the forest.
Absolutely. Let's do an intelligence check. Just a general intelligence check for that.
That's a nat 20, baby.
It is perfectly decent.
Beautiful.
It is
So I had to leave
detailed.
to find the rest of my
Flashing back through your mind.
compatriots.
Exactly.
If you need to find me, here's a map, basically.
Yeah, and also explaining Enos's whereabouts. You will find them here. And then I also want to explain if you need more evidence of the facts, check. And then describing the spot where I found the little etchings in the bed frame.
Okay.
So that I don't have to say dark arc, but that he will recognize. I won't fucking say dark arc first of all, but he will recognize that means something, and yes,
You can make it through past that shade.
No, you have to
You killed that.
door card, you mean?
do a card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we even closed up that number.
Yeah. You laid that shade to rest.
You guys also sealed up the entrance pretty well. It was like
So just showing
pretty well hidden. Okay.
You'll find refuge here.
Maybe you'll get hit by
That's
the
another match with death. I'm not going to mention Avondale at all in the letter.
Okay.
So it's I don't know. There's eyes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So refuge and money.
And money.
Yeah, I'll give him like a few gold when he shows up.
7 copper.
Or yeah, just keep
Yo, I didn't promise how much.
I didn't say how much.
All right.
throw fucking ace into the
Free hat.
Here I am begging.
When I'm rich with mandangos, I'll give him this money.
Mandango money.
How much money do you have?
Promise you, not
money's
enough.
coming.
But no, I promise. I promise he's coming. It's coming.
One silver.
Anyway,
one
also mention
fucking ace. Aw.
bring as many as you'd like, many people as you'd like. For all are welcome.
Yo, we brought these guards with me.
Except not Avondale. Don't bring them. Don't take them.
All are welcome. Gotcha.
Oh, we're welcome.
Cross out all. I literally cross out all. And I put some.
Okay.
Trusted
Fantastic.
few.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like a line and crossing it. Trusted few are welcome.
Okay.
Those you trust are welcome. Yeah, exactly.
Some crossed out, all crossed out,
Yeah,
some
exactly.
trust.
Yeah, exactly. Just constantly.
Yeah, I'm just like,
And I'm like underneath a blanket, like furiously.
Something just no, that's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
So this is you trying to slip out before everyone else wakes up?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. So you finish scribing this down and scratching it.
Over. I'm not.
Well, really just Ace and put her in pretty well. Everyone else has drank a normal amount.
Also, I don't want to deal with these in the morning, so.
Who does? It's gonna be a mess.
Not best.
He's got a mill to fucking deal with as well. Like, oh my god. He's gonna
Yeah,
have
I
a
don't wanna
terrible
be around
morning.
for any of that, to be honest with you, because I think it just implicates me more. So I'm
Okay.
gonna.
So you slip this note and leaving it on the bed.
I'm gonna try it
You finish kind of
in my. Well, I mean.
like he has his own private room. You remember dropping
Yes,
him off
dropping
on, and you're
off.
kind of in like a bunk bed situation.
Right, but I would like to go to his bed
Mhm.
and leave it in the. Is there like a nightstand beside him or something?
Say,
Yeah, so I'll put it down.
okay.
Yeah.
So, as you walk out, and you're like the only one awake right now, it's all quiet. You trying to be quiet,
I am.
of course. Roll me a stealth check.
Ooh.
Barring a horrendous failure, you
Alright.
should be able
This is
to
my big
avoid waking up the drunken
Yeah.
crazy man.
22.
I wasn't crazy.
14.
Nice.
Easy enough. You creak through,
Hey, man, it's above a 10.
Yeah.
kind of like feeling your way around. You find the doorknob. Open it up. He's like on exactly how you left him, basically. Clothes on, dirty, covered in soot, like has barely moved.
Mike.
Yeah. Thank for breathing.
Roll me a medicine check.
He's 15.
He is a lot. It takes you a second. You're like, before you kind of hear this, like,
Put him in,
Yeah, like,
you're like okay.
put him in the recovery position.
Yeah, exactly.
Fool of vomit. Nah, he held his liquor. He held his liquor.
Yeah, so I'll
Drop it on the nightstand and then creep back out. Leave.
I leave and I go towards the woods.
Okay, so you head towards the gate.
I do.
The guards are like, morning.
Good morning.
Yes, it is.
Okay, see ya. I'm just gonna let's try. Are they open, the gates?
No. You wish to leave?
If you please, please. I please. Thank you.
Gates. They open.
I please.
I please.
Please? Please open the door.
Take care. Bit of a hazy morning by the looks of it. It's a little grey cast out today. It's not raining yet. It's a little grey out. You've had
I'll
nice
salute
days.
and I'll continue on my way. Oh, it's fun. Ugh, I hate them. You go.
You head out into the jungle. All right. So while you're making your morning and up, the rest of you guys arise in the middle of the jungle. Some of you more infested with bug bites than others. In fact, all of you are covered in bug bites, except for Davina, who has very few.
Skin's important to me. Hey.
Lucian has half the amount.
Hold on. I think I caught something over the last day. I think I'm fighting an infection. I caught breakfast all day.
Disgusting.
Beetle.
Both of you.
Did you guys go just real quick?
I knew I was poisoned next week. I gotta make sure. I
gotta-
gotta start licking sidewalks around the town.
Spiders are biting.
Come on, you bastard. Is that all you get?
Alright.
Earrings.
Did I hear you sneeze? Just do it again. Fucking mask off.
Right in my face.
Right on my...
Open mouth.
Open mouth here.
I don't feel well. I might not be as useful today as I was yesterday. We got that job done though.
We should once Tyndale returns, we should probably get back to cave.
Does anybody have anything to eat for breakfast today? I'm running quite low on rations.
I'm down here. I got all the perseverance of me.
Couple rations, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, do I have rations? I didn't even check if I have rations aside. Sitting
I have
on
nothing.
I don't know if I have food. I haven't looked. Though.
I have.
I'm
I have
with it.
Oh, here, I found one. Just kidding. Chew on my like old jerky.
Nah, you have no teeth.
Forgot.
But it's soaked that in my skin.
Bruce,
Oh,
can you
that's
chew
so
this for me?
I chew. I chew, I swallow.
That's fair. That's very fair. Just suck on it, wouldn't you? I would love to eat this.
Put it in your water skin.
But I like my water not with meat in it.
Yeah.
Then you don't eat.
Just gonna keep sucking on it until it's like a popsicle.
Eat pops.
Sucking on like a stick of dried meat.
Look at these. I have some rations. Can I just take some? Like, is there like water in this deep, dense forest at all?
I mean, there might be.
Can I look to see if there's like any golden?
Yeah, roll me a survival check.
My water skin's empty.
Hit
Written
to
down.
the
there.
empty.
Actually, no, I don't want to use that one.
My water skin is empty.
Just sucking on it.
No.
Survival.
In looking for any kind of moisture around and such, you do find a couple of like ground puddles. They don't look like water that needs to be drank, but you know, mud puddles. There's liquid to it.
Do you not have anything to drink, Davina?
Well, I was going to lush up some rations with some water so feline friend could eat.
I pull out my water skin.
I have a water skin.
Yeah. Where's my clothes? And then she steals my
Start
water.
mashing them.
I just use a little bit of mash. And do like a paste and then
Gross.
Do you have a pestle water?
Hmm?
Do you have a like?
I have water stuff. But I still do. He's talking about like
How are
a
you?
bowl and a
mashing it
masher.
up?
Well,
Like a mess kit? Do you have a mess kit?
Bowl and a.
Bowl and a spoon.
Yeah, that's mess
Okay.
kit's basically
like I
that.
have
Yeah.
a herbalism kit, which I would have.
I have an elm's box.
That has more depressing.
Put it in there.
Okay.
An elm's box. I don't know what it is, but it's a box.
It's a box.
It's like a fancy box for like jewelry or
For like
something.
ointments, I think. For
And then I'm just
players.
using a stick to mush
Or like
it
the like oils that they use for rituals. So she's just like,
Gross.
I don't need these.
Pretty accurate.
All this.
What the fuck's all this?
Look at this crap.
Essential oils.
I'm wearing this around as a toolbox.
I will graciously accept your gift of paste. Thank you.
Jerky paste.
Pate.
Okay, I'm there.
Boosting all his teeth.
All his teeth.
Cockily
Probably,
chewing.
'cause he's a lizard. I know that's sharks. Or do alligators have the same thing? They just
I grow back 5 times.
or certain how many times
5 rows of
alligators-
teeth.
That's so cool.
That's pretty good. That's
Wicked.
Do we want to contact Tyndale to see how well she's gonna be?
Where's that rock?
still
We
morning.
have a rock number. Which one is it?
Put it down. Oh no.
Hello. Hello.
You really
Damn it. This one. A good eye. And,
Where would I be? Where would I go?
For the sake of it, I'll say you're walking like past the fire, burnt down mill at this
Yeah.
point, like towards the forest.
I make the noise.
what's this? Oh.
Tim Usk,
Usk.
how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
He's getting more ghetto.
Fucking ghetto whisk.
You know, just passing by at the mill y'all burned down last night.
we burned it.
Wasn't me.
God.
Okay, whatever you say there, bud.
It was an accident.
I'm on my way back right now.
Okay.
I'll be there when I get there.
Okay.
Be there when I get there.
How long it's gonna take? There are snakes.
There were snakes and things.
You're going back to the same meat spot that you guys were at, right?
Yeah, because they're
Hanging up by the
Question mark
mandango
at the
tree.
same one that I left them at, so I'm gonna go to the one that I went to.
Smoking darts hanging around the trees.
So as you guys are waiting
We're
and
going up there for a dog.
eating your breakfast, and it takes Tyndall about a half an hour to get there, but just have some time to kill before she arrives. But eventually she does.
You just see bushes moving at first.
Yeah,
Exactly.
top of green, just
The green looks the same as the green around it.
yeah.
Moving.
Moving bush.
Hello, Davina.
Still naked?
Well, she got very little clothing on.
Just armor.
No.
What's Kate on?
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah, you passed over the key.
I passed the game.
Because, yeah.
What?
Nothing at all. So,
That's
Like long legs, just like hanging out of the cloak.
they're like just
hey,
cross.
how's it going? Nice. Well,
Where were you?
where you left me?
Yeah, she wouldn't leave.
The bar.
Yeah, I'm down with it. Fucking Jim's here.
Fireproof.
No, I worked just where you left me. And yes, I stayed overnight to take care of the people that were crying and mourning the loss of their lumber mill that you burnt down.
We burnt down.
I was not there.
Neither was I.
You helped.
Yes.
The royal we.
Did you manage to rouse them into perhaps rebellion, by chance?
I think it's a good chance. Can't say for sure, but they're all very drunk, so can't say for sure. But I left them a nice letter,
Love that.
written wonderfully, with a sick map.
Nice. Love
To
The abandoned church where the headquarters are, that we covered and lost, and it will be impossible to find.
and that is covered in traps.
Correct. So we should go let Dorkheart know that we may have some new recruits coming.
Solid idea.
Patrol the area.
We also need to tell him that we actually burned down the mill as guest.
Yes, indeed.
Shall we?
Do we show that back?
Through the outside?
Yes. To the...
Well, we should probably head to the beach entrance.
Yes.
Or do we head the other way around and undo what we did so that there is easy access for possibly new people coming?
Someone else can do that.
Let's go to the beach.
Because then they'd have to get somebody to. We'd set off the traps, and then they had to reset the traps.
What's his name again?
John.
John.
It's like the equivalent
John.
of
No, the guy that I was talking to. Carthy. John.
Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
Kathy. That's right. Kathy.
Kathy.
We'll just ask Carthy to redo everything for us.
Yes.
He was really happy with that last time.
Well, what?
What's a few more times? Right?
Practice makes perfect.
So did we at least succeed in them thinking that Avondale was the one who did this?
I did my best. Again, can't say for sure. Cannot implicate myself or the rest of us because of some people.
We have to make sure that we tell.
What?
That we tell them that like when we get back to the cave that Avondale burned down that, and they didn't send us to do that.
I don't know if Dorkheart reads between the lines, so I think we should just tell him that we.
That's what I mean. Yes.
Yes. Well, I do. Yes. Never know what's coming. Never.
The last thing we would want is them to all come to the cat thinking and then realizing that we fucked them.
So let's go. How's the shutter looking right now?
It's only like 2 or 3 days since I had my teeth melted out.
He looks, lethargic.
He's mildly pleasant. I'm gonna
Sniffly.
Go over
Like,
and
nose,
take out.
probably.
And I did identify that the herbs are healing herbs, right?
Yes.
I did. So I'm gonna take out some of the herbs that I gathered from last time. Take out my herbalism kit. Kind of rub them up a little bit. I'll take out my water skin. And I'll mix the two to create kind of like
Make
a
me a medicine check.
liquid.
Your proficiency, if you're proficient with herbalism. Your tools check again.
I am proficient. So
Numbers
proficiency.
doesn't realize what
No, it'd be more like the demeanor. Yeah. Your
And
eyes might look a little different.
17.
17.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know some proportions. You're trying not to make it super watered down or
Sure.
anything like that. You're letting the natural oils of this substance kind of seep into this mixture. By the end of it, you have kind of this nice bowl of, looks like almost pine needles and that have been kind of mashed up almost.
It's good, but
It smells lovely though.
How is it administered? Do I eat it? Do I put it on the wounds?
as he's talking, I'm just gonna kind of put my hand behind his head and just start putting, I'm assuming, into his mouth.
You would know.
You
Yeah.
see-
You're
I
like
would know
ingest this. This will be good. Yeah.
I feel not confident.
It is administered anally.
No, I'll just be kind of be like, hello, lift your tail.
Putting
It
it.
has to travel. It has to go, it has to go in. Nope.
Giving everyone else like the dead layer. Like,
We just woke up.
I'll just continue to administer this.
I mean, we could have just put them out of
Looking at everyone.
Am I like laying down to have this
I know,
administered?
right?
No, I think you sitting up and me just like holding the back of your head and just
Right.
like.
Oh, you're standing up and I'm sitting down.
Yes.
That's so cute. That's it's like a child.
And administer.
Okay.
It's,
Hopefully that helps.
It'll take a few minutes, but
it tastes quite strong, but I hope it helps for the day. Thank you, Tim. Very thoughtful.
I
See,
did it
like
right.
on his nose, like beads of sweat. I guess would be the easiest way to
Well,
tell.
cats, when they were sick, their eyes like discharge and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Just gooey in the face.
yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Give you like a little get in the corner there and get
Yeah.
just like turn away.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Bite the end, not
let me see your eyes. That's what I just make my job.
back to ear.
Let me see
It's best.
So you administer this, and take a while for the effects to take place, but you believe this will help.
Nice.
Sweet. Does it? Am I still poisoned for the time being?
For
Or
the moment.
you'll let me know when it
If
kicks in, or if
I will.
you're twice poisoned. No.
Shit.
it runs away.
Your tail.
All of your skin just starts melting.
Just roll anyway.
I just roll and die.
Leaning more towards chaotic evil than chaotic.
Your teeth
Have you ever
grow
seen a
back.
skinned cat before? You're about to.
Space cats.
Gross.
I'm a killer. What was that doing?
Put me out of my misery. It was. Put me out of my misery.
Kill a second cat.
Say that too seriously.
He might.
Then I start
9 lives.
And then I started blasting.
Then I start.
Kushagra, are you well enough to continue moving?
Yes, I think we could continue back to the freedom bird.
Let's move.
I'm gonna grab some mandangos, put them in my pack before leaving.
Okay.
If there's some.
How do we harvest those?
Yeah, do I like shake a tree like a coconut?
See here. I think that's a total of 14 mandangos that you guys could take.
I want some.
I'll take
Start harvesting.
Are they like heavy? How big are
Yeah.
they? Heavy? Like
They're
mango?
like-
or like,
like- Yeah, they're like similar size to mango, a bit bigger though. Like think of like how a honeydew is. Like they're about that size each, so they're quite big. They take up a lot of space in your bag, essentially.
Grab tree.
One?
Grab
Three. Take a few if you need.
I'll grab a couple. I don't know.
Like if your bag was completely empty, you could probably take like 10 maybe, But anyway, 14 worth like that you guys haven't eaten or that are still worth picking.
I don't have a lot of room, and I'm tiny, so.
You guys spend probably like 10-15 minutes picking this tree relatively clean.
I just get used to shake it every so often.
You could try. The tree is very wide around.
Charge.
Just like it's like 4 feet across, I would say.
Yeah, you got some good stuff.
Eventually, you guys managed to pick a bunch. No problem.
Here's your source.
Here you go, peaches. Uproot it.
That'd be pretty cool.
What's your own tree?
Put it in a bag.
Yeah,
Blackjack.
start growing them. Yeah,
Start growing it. Oh,
take a few years, but
here you go, peaches.
or some magic.
Here's your own source.
None of your druids.
I want to let go then.
We could do that. We could actually do that.
So that happens.
Some of this.
So what's your guys' plan? You guys are walking to the ruins.
The
Oh no.
the beachside entrance that
Are we going to the beach side or are you going to the ruins?
Beach side.
Beach side.
yeah.
So Barrett, you were the only one who's been there, for one, kind of.
True.
You've been on literally the smallest area of it, but you know that there is a cave.
Yeah, and I seen that's where I can't remember their names, but the
Wayland and Valencia.
yeah, that's where they came back
They
from.
came back, yeah. So you kind of have a general idea. You're like, I don't know, we'll follow the beach. Hopefully it'll work out.
It's a beach. I kind of remember
Life's a beach. So anyway. So, all right. Who wants to lead through the forest?
Well, Barrett and I feel like there's a-
well, once we get to the beach, I'll have a better idea.
Oh yeah, he was the one that's on the beach, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
But if we go in the general direction of the church, the second behind entrance isn't far off.
Yeah, we just I'd probably make it go towards the water from around that area.
Is it far?
You guys don't
So I
really.
guess I'll take the lead
Okay. So leading back to the ruins to start. All right.
and then kind of more or less looking for the waterway and then going and taking that way.
Okay. So roll me a survival check, Barry.
Yeah, this is where it
As
goes.
you're leading on.
help him.
You want to give some guidance as well. So Lucian, you're behind him or side by side. Some advantage.
Lewis and Clark over here.
16.
You guys have tread this path before once already. You spent a little bit of time, but generally getting a good sense of direction with Lucian's aid. You're kind of following the trail that you came and took on your way here is not really easily followed. It's actually quite difficult to backtrack in the woods if you ever tried that. So you forge a new path, but you travel through. Takes you about 3 hours worth of travel. So bringing up to like 10 or 11 or so in the morning by the time you guys arrive somewhere near to where the ruins are. Eventually you kind of come out and you're like, all right, we've been here before. I know where we are. Ruins are probably another 10, 15 minutes this way. Are you carrying on directly to them, or do you want to kind of skirt around and head?
We'll skirt around towards the beach.
Okay. Not yet. So another survival check then. And
Ooh, that's a 2.
yikes.
That's
Pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
I'm going to the beach.
All right. So,
Sometimes the beach.
as Barrett leads you guys on, and you kind of like, all right, we know where the ruins are. Let's head a little bit south, a little bit southwest, and that should skirt us around to where maybe we can access the beach or what have you. You begin walking, and you're trudging through thick plant, like basically between people. You can't see the person in front of you.
Oh.
You can't
It's
see me ever.
very, very dense. So what is our direct marching order then? So Barrett, followed by Lucian,
Yes.
followed by...
Sure.
I'll be behind you.
You're behind Lucian,
Okay, I'll be behind the beat.
behind
I'll
Davina,
go behind.
Anoisk, and then that means Chug, you're in the back.
Take the back.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna get attacked. No, Matt's
So-
tactics getting netted.
As you're trudging onward and like pushing through, you're like, holy fuck, I feel like this is still the right direction. You're okay.
That's funny.
And Barrett, all of a sudden, you're like pushing through a set of plants. Roll me a dexterity saving throw as you suddenly find your foot without purchase and just in the air right now.
Ooh, that is a 11.
Lucian, you're right behind him. All of a sudden, you see Barrett just like whoop, suddenly begin to fall
I'm
forward.
gonna cast levitate on.
So he's just about to basically like he does the like
I think it's this. I think it's this one. Oh, Jesus Christ!
yeah the miss like the one extra step kind of thing like but you just start floating all of a sudden. And you look below you, and there's a very steep, slippery, like mud hill, lots of rocks, jagged. Looked like a rough trip down, probably about 30 feet at least before you can.
fella. I
see.
know what's going on, and I don't want to move.
Just sort of bring him back with me over back to me.
Can you control the levitate? How does that work actually? Because I know they like lift off the ground, but can you like push and pull them? I
You
think,
can raise and lower them, but you can't.
but you can't laterally. Okay.
Okay.
One there.
Just put them up in the air, or you can put them all the way down.
So just
Or
vertically.
you could put him down enough that he can grab onto the left.
Yeah, if he can.
Yeah,
get
like
on something, he can pull himself.
essentially it's like a slope like that you're just basically right at the top
Put them
of.
at the very bottom. We should go down the slope. Can we not?
You guys have no idea.
We don't have
Put them down there. So
Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell's range.
You can
So I
use you
can.
can move him,
I can move it with my action.
Am I doing this?
and it's not limited.
Yeah. It says direction. It says up or down altitude by 20 feet in either direction on your turn. If you're the target, you can move up or down as part of your action. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target. Or maybe it's just up
There
or
it is.
down.
Well,
Sounds like up and down. It sounds like up and down.
does
Okay.
anyone have a rope?
Well, at least hold him up.
I do.
So if we lower
Am I
him
not-
down
am I doing this?
slowly-
Yeah, it's just vertically that you can
I'm
move
not
him.
doing anything.
So like you could grab onto like some vines and like pull yourself along potentially,
But wait, we also have.
or like push off or something. He's just floating right now though. And, yeah,
The fact that I'm not controlling this is even more upsetting.
and Lucian kind of like holding the spell on him.
Is there, are there any vines or
It does
anything
require
or
concentration, yeah.
branches?
Can we see?
Oh, plenty,
Can we
yeah.
see what's happening?
Grab the branch,
Honestly,
make yourself full.
whoever's behind Lucian, like Davina can. The rest of you guys, it's too like dense. You can't tell what's going on. You just know you're stopped.
Huge lizard folk in front of me. So
Yeah, you can't see shit. You can see Usk's fucking pulsating calves.
That's branches. Get him to grab onto a branch.
I'm already full.
It's just
Can you
vertically.
hold down?
Not quite. Unless you're. How's your footing? Can you get back onto the ground there with me?
Grab onto the branch.
I'm afraid to move.
You can move.
Can I? Can I?
Can you twist and find a branch and purchase?
Oh, if you can put me down, just throw me a goddamn rope.
Right.
We can hear this though.
Oh yeah.
Boosk, I need your tail.
I didn't say tail.
I'm gonna
Whose tail now?
duck around and just like try to like get in as much as I can through the rubble.
Sure enough. Like you're in still like thick jungle, and like basically you've pushed through like a bush to find that there's nothing on the other
Yeah,
side.
But I
Essentially,
can see that there's a drop.
you see the slope that goes down beyond it at this point. Yeah,
What's at the bottom of the slope?
like ground, but like there's lots of rocks and shitty stuff to fall into if you were to negotiate your way down safely. Sure, but
Right.
falling down would be bad
Right.
for your health.
So you get your foot on something and just try and kick your way back.
Grab a branch.
I don't know if I can.
You can pull yourself.
There's branches and stuff
Levitating is
nearby.
not something that I like doing.
I know.
Can I toss my rope?
Sure can.
I have 50 feet of rope.
Toss him a rope.
Okay.
Grab it.
Okay. I grab it.
Heave
Just
yourself.
holding it.
All right. Just pull it.
Heave-ho?
If you're pulling it, he's just gonna come.
like
Immediately,
pulling
like
underwater.
he's only
It's a
like
balloon.
5 feet, like not even 5 feet out. He comes like 3 feet basically back to where you guys are standing.
There we are, Baron.
I'll just gently
Safe
lower
and
him back
sound.
down.
No worries. Wrap
Kind
up
of-
my rope.
Feel your feet touch
What was
the
that for you?
ground very
Your
softly.
first flight.
That was terrifying.
I've
Oh.
done quite the trick there. I haven't seen that one before.
I think I just willed it to happen. I don't know.
You
I saw
didn't
him
cast
falling.
a spell.
I think I did. There was something in my book I think I was practicing before, but
Yes,
I
I'm
didn't
the
think it would
guinea
work. I guess.
That's a good
So
time.
I was the guinea pig.
Well, you did it your own damn self, sir. But yes,
Yeah, you already do it.
I don't know how it feels, but then.
you'll be fine. Are you all right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Shall I go first then?
I mean, going down.
Not down there. Let's go back.
Do you know where you're going?
Can I like peek over and like see if there's any kind of
I know that one.
entrance or anything along like the cliffside?
I
Roll me
wouldn't
perception
die. I
check.
would seem seriously harder than you and Kennedy.
Oh,
That is 23.
It definitely seems like this gradual slope is certainly, you remember going up a large cliff essentially to get onto like a bit of a higher grounding. This seems to be related to that. This is definitely not an easily traversable cliffside portion of it, like with this very slippery kind of slope. There's nothing that appears like directly around. Like you can't see very far because of all the foliage. You can maybe
Okay,
see
so I
30
can't,
feet
like-
in either direction,
Oh, okay.
just follow the slope.
Do think so.
like along the edge, the top edge of it. You can do that.
I also don't remember going.
So you're gonna push
Yeah.
forth.
Push forth along the slope.
All right.
However
So
you like.
Lucian taking the step into the first roll then. All right. Roll me a survival check.
It's 15.
Okay. So you guys skirt around the edge. There's a couple of times where you kind of feel your foot like sink into the mud a little bit, and you're like, whoop. Correct yourself.
There goes off my leg.
There she goes.
Those who are following you kind of like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's all right. It's a little slippy.
there's parts where you have to kind of cut
Mind the
through
gap.
a little bit. Eventually, you hear this kind of like of water beyond, like a lot, torrenting of water beyond. It's quite loud, like cacophony. This is about an hour of travel at this point around the edge of this kind of cliff. You push through a few trees, reaching the edge of a cliff, and looking down, you see water just going down the stream, and like it is a Bay of Fundy, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a raging, rapid torrent of water.
Is this look familiar, Barrett? Come up here.
I was hoping the tide would be in.
It's like 30 feet, 40 feet higher than it was when you were
Yeah.
down on the shore.
This place.
Yeah, but the entrance is when the tide's not in.
So we wait.
Maybe we can. So I see we're still on the cliff, right? Is there farther down to go until it's like gradual slope onto a form of like?
Like you could get down this part with some care,
Okay,
but there's not like a walkway down, that's for
No,
sure. At
no.
least not that you can see from here.
that's for sure.
That's for sure.
All right.
How's the sharper looking? I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, it's been a few hours. You're feeling better now. Yeah. Poison condition is gone.
I think the balm you gave me earlier,
That I
the herbs.
Nails brew.
The herbs you gave me fixed me up quite well. Timdale's teachers.
Good to hear.
Getting better than I was more. Thanks.
I think it was the spam I made.
So what?
The spam.
Alright. Now, I feel like we might as well just start our descent now. Wait for this whole tide to go over. Come back in.
Start a descent.
Start our descent, yes.
Is that possible?
What if we fall?
It's just water at the moment.
Oh,
Like
I thought so.
river.
oh, I thought you were on it.
You're like at the edge of the cliff that looks across to the other side. Essentially, you've come like out to the very edge of the jungle. Essentially, like yeah, you guys would be like around this area here.
So it's
I
like
see there's like a little low beach there.
Alright, can we get down to the beach then?
Well, it's covered in water at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, the tide's in.
yeah. I was gonna say. So wait.
Faster.
I could do
It might be faster just to go back.
I think it might be faster just to go to the other entrance.
Do we know how to get there?
We know that we've been along this
Alright.
escarpment before throughout the jungle. We find our way back.
Escarpment? Derelict. Alright.
It's not leaked my boat.
To the church? He says inquisitively.
Okay.
I had to throw it inquisitively. But alright, don't worry.
I was like, is that language I can't speak?
These guys are kind of doubling back, I suppose.
This way!
And you're leading on.
Leading up.
All right. Roll me another survival check. Wandering through the woods.
The way we wander.
Nothing.
No snakes live here.
We do be wandering. It's Seeks.
You guys are somewhat familiar with the woods, but it's easy to get lost, easy to get turned around, especially with the day being not as bright, like a little grayscale. There's not as much sunlight to go off of, directionally as well as you're wandering through. As you turn back away from the cliff.
I should call it this land.
And
this
so let's see, would it be
Yeah.
about like 12 maybe or so when you were at the just recently?
Okay.
So you kind of turn back into the woods. Lucian takes you guys on for a bit of a wander. About an hour goes by. Another
Should be there.
hour goes by as you are wandering through.
Don't say it, Tim. I'm not lost. Swear.
Stayed on the cliff.
Chakra, I think he's lost.
We don't know when the tide goes in and out, though.
He's definitely lost. It's better than being lost in the woods.
We are in the woods.
Maybe if someone were to try and climb a tree and find out where we are.
Maybe our resident climber.
If only we had someone who climbs trees.
Very well.
I'll go. I'm feeling much better.
Certainly, I'm
Easy enough to climb.
We'll check.
You'll eventually get there. It's not really a point of
Make
failure.
my way up. Can I
Can
can I break through the canopy?
You go to the very top,
Just staring.
you kind of poke out. Roll me a perception check.
7 plus. Hey, it's above 5. I'm happy with it.
Lost in the woods,
Plus
guys.
4, 11.
Okay.
Losing patience.
You see lots of treetops,
Doesn't have much
sky.
Do I see any breaks?
Say beyond,
I'm
like you
looking
can
for-
see.
I'm looking for the mountains. I want to see where the north is.
Okay. So for a reference point, yeah, you can see. You'll find your way to north based on where the largest mountains are.
Yeah.
And then you can see to the left. You're like, okay, there's a gap there where there's a large gap. So you're like, okay, that's where the rivers are. Okay, this is where north is. It's hard to distinguish where you guys currently are in the woods, though, from that.
See anything?
Birds flying.
Gonna start to go down. Yeah, I'm gonna climb back down. Frustrated. And trees. Fucking birds. I couldn't see anything. I think north is this way. Point. Or yes, this way. I don't know. I couldn't see anything that clearly defined where we were, though. I mean, we have to still be in the Tulgo Woods, right? There's no way we cross the boundary.
Yeah.
Do we risk going north and possibly overshooting the church?
Sorry, I'm looking up stuff if I can see if I have anything that
That's
helps.
part of the reason why I put the tick the map down today. I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a reason for having that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My intuition was on point.
You're the wise man.
Wait a second. Let me just read this.
It is also lunchtime for you guys as well, which your stomachs might be growling a little bit, but like you're used to only eating about 2 meals a day for the most part.
I'm
so-
gonna speak just because I actually don't know if I can do this, but with one of my infusions, I can replicate magic item, and one of the items I can replicate is the robe of climbing, which can move towards a destination I choose.
What?
That end moves 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and then 10 feet on each of your turns until reaching its destination, until its maximum length away, or until you tell it to stop.
That's pretty damn
That's
cool.
really cool.
So it's just like a snake of a like.
Yeah, so I hold one end, and the other end just moves the way I want it to.
And it's called the rope of climbing.
Yeah. I didn't
So,
think
like,
I didn't think it was gonna be
just, like,
helpful, but then I was like, oh, this is actually very helpful. So I'm not sure.
It is quite useful.
So I'm not sure if that would like.
It says the destination.
animation.
And that's
Bonus
where
action
I'm like,
and,
do I need to know exactly where it is? Like, it's you know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
or
the
can be like, hey,
toward the
take me to
destination
church.
that you choose. I mean, I feel like that's going to be a mental image in your brain type of thing.
Right,
Where, like,
but I
you know,
have
this
that
way.
mental image.
Yeah, absolutely.
right,
Like
so,
you've been there. I feel like this could potentially work.
The church?
to the church.
To the church.
Okay, well, before I do that, I'm gonna I need my stone back. I need the rocky talkie.
Where's 20?
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I don't actually need it. Okay, I'll grab it out of the air and I'll use my rope and then touch it, and nothing happens to it.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, just like holding out. I'm not saying any of this to anybody. I'm just like grabbing out my rope out of my pack and just like going, okay. And then all of a sudden, the rope just like animates, and it's a long 50 feet of rope, and it starts just going towards where I need to
See it kind of go up for a moment
What's this?
and like snake around for a minute.
Yeah, the little head. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's kind of like pointer before it kind of like does the inchworm crawl. Directionally, you're not 100% sure, of course, because you guys are lost in the woods right now, but it begins to go in a certain direction.
Are you seeing that?
I am.
Okay, I'm not hallucinating.
What? But if it might be the smartest option we have right now.
It's the only option we have right now, which makes it the smartest one. So everyone, fall in line.
Are we really resorting to following a magic rope to our destination?
Well,
You can see
better than following the
So you're holding on to the end as it
As
disappears
in-
like through the trees, like 50 feet's quite far
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. So at the same
And
time,
it comes taunt. And
Right.
it's like, come on. Like a pulling dog.
but as I am moving, I am going to be checking for footing actively the entire time.
Okay.
Constantly looking at your feet.
Well,
you
not-
can
but,
watch the rope, right?
Like for tracks?
True, but I'm not. Here's my problem: is that the rope might go. Oh, they want to go here. The fastest way to go there is to go, meow,
Right.
and that just leads us across the ocean. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
So whilst you're following it, then in that case, roll me a survival check. But you're specifically looking for, I don't want to fall off a cliff.
yeah, we went down that road.
what the fuck?
And it leads us right to our goal.
It's a 6.
6, okay.
Fall.
All right, so the rope carries on,
I'm just do that.
and you're following along. About a half an hour goes, still continuing on. Lasts for, this is a magic item, it just
We
goes.
lost
Yeah.
for 2 hours now, right? So it
Yeah.
wouldn't be so weird if
You were like pretty far away or really
Yeah,
close,
exactly.
one of the two. So it goes on for about a half an
the
hour
rope
so far.
has a 20 AC.
Oh wow, that's quite good.
This rope is OP.
And
Dexterous, it's not hit.
it has 20 hit points. It gains 1 hit point every 100.
It's 20 hit points is fucking stupid.
Yeah. I have 22 hit points. Rather than have 20.
The rope.
Seems like a lot.
Oh,
It's magic, though.
It only has more money than you too.
It does. You don't need to be reminded of it.
It's a little
Oh.
one person
Little
side.
coin purse in the back. It's just jangling the entire time.
It just says that the rope drops to 0 hit points. It's destroyed. There's
Okay.
no.
It has 1 silver.
Try not to get anyone angry at your rope, and you'll be fine.
Or I'm worried with
Start
fully
strangling the rope.
Oh, like yeah, okay,
scratch or something.
Eh.
He's not a prick. So.
that's true.
Exactly.
So-
Just trying to.
Davina is kind of wrecked.
Yeah, it's basically until it dies or I till it
Or a
dies.
prick.
So.
Oh, my mom gave
Have you
me
ever
that.
watched
It
her
was
go
so
five
sad. I
years
was like,
after?
oh, it was so sad. My mom made that for
I'm
me.
going to take that out of my
Inventory. Oh no.
Burned, smoldered on the ground.
my
It was like his gymnastic suit.
No, I guess I just realized there was 2 costumes in my
Sweet.
bag.
So you still have one.
So I have one. I didn't. Oh no! There's more
Said it
because
glad
you're
it
so much taller
stretches.
than me. Because you're so much taller than me.
I didn't want it to look
I'm
like it was
lazy.
flooding. Short sleeves. So as you're following Tyndale, who's following this rope, and the rope is inching its way through, and you're pulling along, eventually you kind of push through some plants, and you see...
Wait, Sicker. Sorry. Before you get too far with all this, it actually doesn't work that way. It only moves if I'm actively telling it to move.
Right,
So
so
the end is actually.
Mush.
so you have to be like, go,
It only
go,
moves
go.
10 feet every turn.
Right.
So it would never be 50 feet away from me at one point.
Oh, okay.
So
Does
it's
that
like
make sense? So
sure,
I would
sure,
never
you're
lose it
10
in.
feet
Yeah,
tilting
10
up
feet.
on it, and it's just this little 10.
Right, like I have like 10 feet
long.
like on my arm or
All
something.
right, and then it's just basically doing
Exactly.
one of
So I
those.
would never lose it in the full.
All right, all right.
Like that. Sorry.
I gotcha. That's so cute.
Sorry.
So cute. Just
I
a
know.
little, little pupper on the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really looks like a pet snake.
Yeah, it's a little pet snake, yeah.
But
It's eaten by
it's I know I'm
Good to know.
sorry, but yeah.
It's not an
I don't wanna get
end-to-end
completely
thing. Yeah.
Screwed over.
I gotcha.
Right, so
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
So as you're holding onto it a
and
little
I'm going,
tighter,
yeah,
and like,
yeah,
Get going.
yeah.
go,
Yeah,
go,
hold
go,
it.
go.
Keep going. Okay.
As you push through a pair of leaves, and kind of, you see the familiar sight of the ruined church.
Huzzah!
I found it.
Good job,
Quite
boy.
the rope you made there.
Fantastic.
You're gonna lie.
It's like 3 p.m. Took you guys a long time.
Jesus.
Like a whole day of walking through the woods.
That was a whole day.
Yes.
To scope out the area to make sure there's none of those large
Sabertooths.
whitey cats around.
Okay. Looking for tracks or like, I'd say general perception for this will be just fine actually.
Fresh scat. Weird floating roll.
Either good or bad, I don't know.
Arrow.
I'm gonna go with bad.
Let's go 8, and that's
Wow.
my plus
Even
6.
possible.
Yikers. That is like the
It looks
fourth
relatively
team
clear
already.
as far as you look. You're like, I don't know, trees, yeah, could be. No, maybe.
Seems fine. I don't
Seems
know.
fine.
Seems
Yeah.
I think I figured out a name for our group. It's the Don't Roll Goods.
Yes.
It has a name.
So it does. It does.
It has a little bit of a roll to it.
The rock and don't roll.
good. Roll the 5.
You know too much.
Roll the 5.
But don't go
Roll an 8. Oh, a 1.
retire that.
Retire that one. You gotta roll that one
Dice
away.
is good for if you need to low roll. Roll
Yeah.
low.
Actually, as a cleric,
Do you
when you're a cleric and you want to use divine intervention, you want low percentiles.
Yep. Okay, that one stays.
So anyway, yeah, you guys made it. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
But it's we're at the church side entrance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we have to go through all the traps again.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
That'll do.
Help me up, Sam.
A little
do, okay.
splash.
I'll do
That will do.
Watermelon.
that. So good.
Well, we don't have to worry about the spirit thing that you killed.
Well, it might come back. We don't know the whole
Oh.
entirety of that beast.
How about one of you go and disarm everything, and I will.
I'm gonna check it out. I'll wait too.
Are you going like down into like you covered it so you know where it is. It's
Yeah.
not hard, you don't have to find it. You take all the lumber off. you did a fucking good job hiding it for the first part. So just yourself, Lucian. You're going to disarm things downstairs, like the little arrow trap.
Oh, never mind.
Sure.
I can't
can
disarm
disarm
things,
that.
but I can find traps in the future, so keep that in mind.
Holla when you've
You want
disarmed
to help me
everything.
find them, and then I can possibly disarm them.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you not remember the trap set?
Well, that's what I mean.
I'm gonna
Don't recall.
grab a stick off of a tree and grab that. And grab that. Now I'll go. Okay.
You and your mighty stick. All right, let's go.
So my stick is a wand of secrets.
Of course it is.
So the rope is not a rope anymore. The rope is a regular rope.
Right. So you
Stick is a wand of secrets. So
taken off that one,
the wand
put on
has
a new
3
one.
charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. If a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points at the one nearest to you.
Does it take time
The
to
wand
do
re-
infusions, or do they just happen?
No, I don't have to attune to it or anything.
No, I
No,
don't.
no,
Oh,
to,
infusion
to
is
do the
sorry.
infusion,
How
because
long
it,
is
it
it?
might take
Like half an
Yeah.
hour to an hour.
Yeah.
like an hour or something to do it. Just want to double check before we
Yeah, I'm on my way.
go crazy. Yeah, infusions, no, infusing an item. When you finish a long rest, you can touch a non-magical object and imbue it with one of the fusions. So when you finish a long rest,
So I can do the rope, but I can't do the wand.
I would say you did the rope. We'll say that for now, but
The
like
wand's
right,
also not
right
that
now.
important because we know where the traps are. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wanted
But
to
in the
confirm that,
future.
'cause I was like, I don't know if you could just juggle magic items that you need at a time. I feel like that's breaking things.
Artificer, LB.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Well, they are a little broken, to be honest with you.
I mean, when you're counting, like I gotta change them up at long rests, just like a spell.
Yeah, no,
It's
absolutely.
just a spell.
Yeah, it's like I can't explain spells.
So like the
The
rope
rope
is
is a special rope
still a
until you
special
go
rope right
home.
now.
The rope is still a special rope. So if we need it again,
Yeah.
or to climb, it can.
Tell it.
But like,
the trap.
yeah, it would be like swapping out your
will that work?
spells would be swapping out your
Can
infusions.
I
Same
tell the
process.
rope to find the nearest trap?
Well, you can tell it to go forward,
forward,
and then
trigger
just.
Yeah. Oh, and to go and to trigger the trap.
Yeah, just keep
It
this
does
out
have
first.
20 hit points.
It does have 20 hit points, so
Oh,
Pretty great.
AC at 20 though. Suck it.
It specifically is finding objects, I believe is the wording, but the wording will be.
it's a location.
No, it's
thing.
destination.
Oh, just
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a destination.
You
That,
have to know
it's
where
not
the-
objects, so
Okay, that's fair.
destination
but no, I
trap.
can still say destination is the end of the room. And
You can do that,
And
yeah.
it would set up all the traps.
Yeah. So as you guys,
You have to be 10 feet behind.
you and Lucian are going down.
Oh, yes, I do. No, I don't have to be.
Fucking minesweeper.
Oh,
It moves 10 feet at a time. Which you
right.
can-
It just moves 10 feet at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would never
Should we
go for
further?
this unless you wanted it to. Yeah. The room is about 50 feet long, if I recall.
Yeah, like it moves 10 feet every time I tell it to, but I
Oh,
can be
okay.
50 feet
You
away.
make it wicked. Amazing.
So we could realistically have it set up all the traps. Although, I will say, we did it last
We
time.
can do it now. Yes, indeed. We can do it again.
So the
I
two of
don't really
you
want to lose this.
are still talking about this. You haven't gone down yet, for example.
No, we haven't gone down.
Okay, okay.
We've just
No,
been
we also
moving
have
the
to
lumber.
find the door. Like we know where the door is.
I know where the door
covers
is.
shit.
Yeah, we just have to take off all the stuff. I did a good job of
Oh, what, finding it or hiding it?
hiding, but also I knew.
Well, you know where it is.
Yeah,
So
you know where it is.
All right.
okay. So you begin the process.
We bring the.
It takes a little bit of time, like 10, 15 minutes to take everything off, uncover it, get everything open, open up the hatch, little ladder going down.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. And then we're going down.
Okay.
It's the same good last time.
So
I did
the
it last time. I don't ask.
setup looks pretty much exactly the same as last time. Exactly the same as
Okay.
last time. From what you glance at, you see the rope that goes across. That's about ankle level, and then the chest directly at the end.
Right. We're not just
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
open. I mean, step over the. String. No.
Wait.
We can step over the string.
Sure. Do what you want.
Of course.
It's not what you did last time.
I know.
Okay.
Step over it easily enough.
Yeah.
Like you know it's there. So
Yeah.
You hit the pressure plate. Ha ha ha.
Isn't there a pressure plate in one of these rooms?
No, it's new.
No, it was the rope that I found.
Please rotate. Right. Now I see the chest above the thing, so I will push it off to the side.
okay.
I will not open it. No touch.
So let's give you.
The latch is just below, same as usual. open it up.
Here we go.
Going down. The other 4 of you guys are just waiting atop until the word.
I know. It's what I was going
It wasn't really discussed, was it? You guys disappeared down there for sure.
I'm continuing on. Like,
So you're gonna follow behind. Okay. Falling behind.
Yeah.
Behind.
Slowly.
Alright.
Staying
Like the
whiskey?
Last time, so.
I'm still not having a thing this time. I'm just standing guard by the.
By the at the top? Okay.
Yeah, keeping an eye.
Good to know.
Oh, that's a good idea actually. Because sure.
Told us not to use entrance.
did they tell us not to?
Well, yeah, he was somewhat specific about that, but
Well, we can't get to the other one at the moment.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's his fault.
What are you gonna do, right?
All these guys are gonna see that dead body. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going.
So as you go down the ladder, the corpse still there, and like you put a bunch of plants and stuff in the way instead. So there's just a foliage where that hole used to be instead of a tapestry. You took the tapestry, but the corpse is still laying on the ground and like rusty chain and stuff.
Don't touch the corpse. Remember that.
I'm just like silently moving all the foliage, just staring at which a lot easier.
It's like actually kind of a huge
Painting
pain in the
really
ass. Yeah.
The belongs in a museum.
The logs in the museum.
You guys make your way down the tunnel. And you hear like a voice call, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Darkheart.
Oh,
I mean, that's the password, right?
Copy.
I know that voice. Come on in. Why are you using this entrance? Yeah. It's high tide.
High tide. Yeah.
Well, don't tell Darkheart. Oh, door opens
I
up.
don't plan on talking to him, so that's good.
Yeah.
He wouldn't really like using this entrance on a regular basis.
Nope.
So it's just you two and then Kushagra. Just is not there. Okay, gotcha. So everyone else.
For future
Funnels through.
reference, when does the tide come in and out?
About 4 p.m. is usually a good time, and then it comes back overnight. And then after
So it's
4
like 4
a.m. or so, it's low tide again until the afternoon. So there's some gaps there.
There's only like 12 hours in the evening, but it's strange.
Yeah,
The Bay of Funky.
kind of. It's more like it'll come back a bit, but the day is when it's really heavy.
Thanks.
In the
4
evening.
p.m. now. 4 p.m. now we're good.
Thanks for the details.
It's not on like a 12-hour cycle. It's nature.
Everyone exhausts.
Welcome back. You're gone for a day or so.
Had to get shit done.
Dark right around?
Yeah. He's in the back shooting away, I'm sure.
Already food.
There's probably some stew cooking, yeah. Help yourselves, I suppose. If you've got any to spare, we... Hungry bellies around here too. Welcome back. Did you guys go through the traps? Do I need to reset things? Is
Yeah.
Yes, I can help you a little bit.
Oh, we kind
yeah,
of
there's
also
only-
avoided the traps. We didn't
Oh, well,
set
that's
them off.
wise. Thank
That
you.
needs to be moved back a top.
Oh, that will take me just a moment. Yeah, no problem. What about the top? Did you barricade things again?
There's
There's
a
a lizard man up there. That's a trap on itself.
Do you think that's gonna draw attention?
I mean, he probably hopes so.
Not more than an abandoned turf road.
Well,
He'll take care of it, don't worry.
all right. Okay.
It's a hungry boy. He eats.
Should I just leave it for now then?
Maybe
Might be best.
maybe you should invite him in if
Mm,
you're up there anyway.
well, she's scary.
He's very scary, yes. But he won't hurt you.
I can go with you.
Okay.
Good
Goes
night.
goes ahead. He lights up a little torch to go through because he doesn't have dark vision.
I'll go with him.
Climbs up. You see this torch like coming up the ladder. His face comes up to the top.
Hey kids, want to see their body?
He enjoys.
And says that. He kind of looks at you. Are you Tinder?
Get down here.
What she said. I'll make sure we put the things up here.
Yeah, I want her to think I'm like cool that I
I'll make it all good.
control the lizard folk.
Go down.
Do you need my light? Okay. Douses it.
Oh, like Luca, who's like,
You need the light.
You see him kind of starting to go to work with the planks and stuff and putting them over and like kind of as he's trying to pull the latch down as well, but you guys go back down and meet up with everyone else while he's fixing things up.
you little shit.
It's dark as fuck down there. It was because like feeling his way through.
Just hearing.
Yeah, you're holding on to me now.
Just hearing Tyndale scuttering away.
Yeah.
Follow.
No, he's following our feet signature.
The traps are still active right now.
Yeah,
So
that's
are you
great.
stepping over?
Oh, yeah, like, well,
You know.
I will hold on to the Tyndale.
So the tip.
Okay. Not letting her get too far ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
So
follow
as she's
me.
like, watch
Big
this.
step now.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're going to be good. Let's do it.
One big step.
Big.
I'm like holding your legs like over the rope.
Handing her like the heft of the axe.
Yeah, okay. You guys make it over.
I'm good. Okay, great. We're doing great, Oos. Let's go.
Tail hits the rope.
The tail just swings. You hear Carthy just swear. You guys make it back. Join everyone else. So, assuming you guys are making your way into it, we'll say for the sake of it,
Yeah.
Usk and Timdell come and join you guys before you go meet up with Darkheart, or if that's the plan.
That is
That is perfect. We're all here. Should we talk to Darkheart and tell him about our potential plan that he may be expecting some new arrivals?
yeah. If the traps,
The lowdown on things.
Let them know about the traps.
I'm gonna go on one and say no.
You still Garthy to undo the traps.
I was gonna say that. Should I wait? That's what I was like. Yes, you should wait. I was like, no. I was like, oh.
You can always potentially ask him to not do it afterwards. Be like, hey, those traps are reset or whatever. Just like take those down.
We'll see what
See what
Darkheart
happens.
decides to do, how he wants to gather the people
If they come,
if they come.
Well, the traps take care of them. It's fine.
that's not fine.
You are the strangest cleric I've ever met.
Death Player.
Ah, yes, this makes sense.
Still.
Yes. So, I guess we must talk to Darkheart regardless. Right.
Okay.
Barrett. Perhaps the woody ones.
You're his friend.
They're his friends.
Where do you?
The wordy.
Friend, but okay.
It's a word.
What?
Were we promised a reward for this task?
No, we were promised that we'd be in with the group.
We get to go on the cool missions after this.
That it's more.
Only the cool agents get to go on.
We're never knowing that.
It was a trust mission.
And then we have to get 10 of our friends to do the same mission.
It's a pyramid
before
scheme.
We get to level up.
Multi-level marketing.
Multi-level thieving.
So we just gotta go above Darkheart to his person
Yeah,
who recruited him.
indeed.
Okay,
Let's
we're
go.
following your lead there, buddy.
Why am I lead?
You're the one who's closest with them.
It's true.
I was.
I had one conversation with
None
him.
of us had a long talk and walk along the beach there with each other.
Ooh.
Nice school trip.
It's true,
You did.
actually.
You can talk to him too.
From a position of power.
Fear
It's
God.
true.
I'm more of a switch person myself.
I'm still like half naked too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still happening.
So
Still have his Lucian's cloak on right now, like basically
Just a-
covering
it's
armor
Yeah.
over naked legs and stuff. Lady armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
I know.
Like fantasy lady
Yeah.
armor, which is ridiculous.
Something.
You wouldn't believe the protection this gives.
Oh my god.
All the important bits.
Support.
Oh, the support.
So much support.
So I guess I make my way over towards the firing range.
I'll follow.
We'll take a quick break. before that. So, as we come back from our break, so you guys are walking through the corridors of this cavernous, rocky interior.
That's all I can go. That was going straight.
The echoing of your kind of boots along the cobble and the rock and the mud. Kind of, you hear the like thudding and whistling of arrows beyond. You come around the corner as Darkheart is just loosing another arrow and kind of like.
Honey, we're home.
Oh, on that term.
Quite the entrance. You're back.
We got rid of the mill up by the.
We got
rid of it. Threw it in the trash.
My lord.
Got rid of the mill.
Burnt it down.
Which one?
I'm sorry. I'm so bad.
Poor George.
Tim just
Yeah, actively.
yeah.
Really
Right on. Nice work.
But also, we may have made it look like Avondale burnt down the mill.
Whoa.
And
How so?
I see
some planted words, some disguises, some innuendo.
Really?
So the millers of the camp might have an inkling to turn on them and take arms against them for burning down their livelihood.
Oh. See if any new recruits come on through the passage then. Speaking of which, couldn't help but notice you didn't come up the passage.
Water's too high.
This time of day, I'd imagine, yeah.
We forgot.
Only one of us can swim.
Try not to make that too much of a habit. Don't want to draw much more attention to that entrance than we need to.
Point of reference, the new recruits Barrett was talking about, they also come in the way that we came.
Of course they will. That's my intention. If they're clever enough to get past the traps, clever enough to join us.
We've just sent a bunch of people about death warrant.
Well, let's hope not. But possibly, let's be fair. Hopefully they're a clever bunch. We've got no room for
Yeah,
I'm gonna be in that room. For
incapables,
Sure. Hi. I'm gonna be in the
unfortunately.
church. Hi.
Welcome to my church.
Well, I've got to say I appreciate the success. I'm a little bit surprised, admittedly. I didn't expect you to come back. I'm impressed.
Oh, ye of little faith.
I'm glad you were able to complete this task, though. Got a couple of things for you.
That's my question. Yes.
One of the gentlemen was asking about books. A few other things. There's one thing here I might be able to give you.
Oops, yes.
Whoa! There's a thing coming out.
Paper.
Kind of walks over to you, Davina, and he's holding this book in his hand. It's like this relatively sort of medium-sized book in his hand, hardcover. Hold on, I don't have the.
She opens her room.
I'm a woman.
right now.
A
woman,
woman. Only a woman can wear this kind of armor.
See this book?
Like,
Give me a shot. Give me a shot.
See this book has a very worn hardcover and like kind of loose pages that are kind of crammed into it. It seems either from falling loose from the spine or added in potentially. He kind of passes it over to. Can't make heads or tails of the writing on this, but I found it in here when I first discovered this place, and it's yours.
what?
He passes you this book. It's a summarized version. As well, I would imagine, perhaps that some of you'd sustained a few injuries, maybe some burns. I'm gonna pass you off
How
one
many
of these.
How many spells is on it? Is it a cipher?
It's a cipher. A jackal.
He holds up a jar, essentially. It's got this kind of thick, viscous liquid in it. Got this from Grism. It's the herbalist in town. It's ointment. It's good for what ails you?
Axe wounds.
You as well, you guys. He passes it over to whoever's accepting it. So Chug. And as well, Davina, right? He holds up this silver kind of periapt. See, the symbol of this blazing sun that's being caressed by two hands on either side as like a pendant on a chain. Passes it over to you.
What's this?
Found this as well in the ruins here. Not exactly sure what it does, but it was around the neck of the... not really, but... Anyway, it's yours. Yeah. So he passes that to you. You don't know what it does yet.
Maybe I don't get it done.
Don't know what it is.
Sorry, what was it? I was talking with
It's like this silver periapt with a symbol of the blazing sun that's being caressed by like two hands, essentially. So you have like this chain and pendant with a big kind of flaring sun that's just being held by two hands
Cool.
on either side. Not exactly sure what these do, but
Ooh.
Can I?
Can you read
Yours.
that? Is that Elvish?
Who's
it is written in Elvish. Yeah.
It is written in Elvish?
Yes.
Tim's interested in it.
Perhaps.
Oh, only because it makes sense that she would take it for sure. But I will say that Tim's interested. At the note, mention of herbalism for sure, she would have kind of poked her head around.
Yeah, he passes the
I'm
like this
currently holding the
ointment basically, and saying that it's he calls it a Grism's ointment. Grism is the name of the herbalist that he mentioned.
Smells just a bun. I was hoping it's a bun.
That's me. Take that.
I was hoping it was.
Yeah, it's this really thick moisture. It smells very herbaceous.
If everyone's okay with me having it, of
Yes.
course. Is that all right with everyone?
No, it does make sense.
It's got like writing on the side, like what it does is
You're
instructional.
a healer. You should probably keep it.
It helps to have two healers. It helps to have two healers.
Oh no, yeah.
Buffs. So it kind
She's a
of.
cook. She should have the magic juice.
Yeah, if he wants to tell
Splash.
a healer.
Of course. Oh, just can't.
That's
count
why I
on
won't be
the
using all of my spells on everybody every time.
What's the book say? What's the book say to be?
Trying to figure it out. You want to read it? Yes. You must
Is
be
it
able
written in Elvish?
No, I
She's
did not
reading it
go
as a
through that.
Oh, it's
I'd have to hand draw it. Yeah.
Write it in Spanish.
That would just take you guys forever to
Fantasy
decipher.
Portuguese.
this.
it's a.
It's in Elvish, but obviously, so you guys can read it.
What? I'm not reading Elvish. I was gonna say.
It's not like English, man.
It's a process on how to be a paladin, basically, and there's a bit on the oath of devotion and if you're worshiping this particular god and how to do it and.
Paladin for dummies.
Paladin for them.
And the duties of light and the prayers and the training, the mental exercises in which they would undergo. So
That sounds terribly boring.
it is. Interested. Is what I don't know. What is it in?
Elvish.
Oh,
That-
I
that-
cannot.
that is
No.
written in Elvish.
That is what it. That's. Yeah.
I
As a human,
decipher that better. I let
Okay.
anyone curious know.
Darkheart's nearby for that as well. It's kind of like, huh? That's interesting. Wonder if that's folk that built this chapel, maybe. A long time ago, I'm sure.
I mean, it would make sense for the church to have a paladin or two, I guess.
I suppose priests, the like. Yeah.
Must have worshipped a theater.
Anyway, I've been holding on to this for a while. Not much use for it, so it's yours.
We will surely make use of these gifts. Thank you. Yes, you don't hurt.
And the amulet thing is different as well, but obviously it needs some explanation or investigation.
Did I? No, I didn't.
Can I try to investigate it?
Make me an Arcana check. And if you want to spend like a short rest going over it
Doing to it.
to try and like figure it out, you can do that too.
Yeah, same. I was like,
19.
Nice.
So with that, you can easily tell that there is some magical quality to this, for sure. You're not exactly sure what it is yet. Requires some identifying, or again, like spend an hour with it to try and figure it out.
yeah, actually.
But you can at least sense like that there is some magical infusion into this item.
Can I tell what kind of
That Arcana check. Yeah, I mean enchantment. It's an enchanted item. So, sure you're all quite tired. Take a bit of time off. We'll talk tomorrow about what our next steps might be. I've got to go investigate things, make sure your work is done appropriately. If it's not, well, hopefully it is. So,
We will be here if you find our work unsatisfactory.
be back.
Nothing about me outside.
Do
Dark
I
Lord.
any chance have spare clothing?
Clothes? Might be some spare clothes floating around here somewhere. Have yourself a look around some of the crates.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna say dark person, but I'm gonna be like, no, there's no clothes here.
Yeah, help yourself to whatever scraps you can find.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason Statham's a gentleman. Come on.
He has his moments, dork card. So he starts gearing up and stuff and getting himself ready and is gonna go and investigate the work.
Well, I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Am I
Maybe you just gotta
tide
camp out.
low enough that I can like just kind of wash?
I mean, in the tunnel, like it doesn't come all the way up. So like right now, the water is as high as it can be to the point where like it'll drop down to the point where you'll be submerged. But like you can wash yourself in like ocean water.
I'm gonna do that.
Walk down the tunnel. He's going up through the top entrance because that's how he's gonna have to get out this time of day to go make sure of things. So if you're going up, he's going there too. You can wait for him to go first if
Oh
you'd
no,
like.
I'll follow behind, like
Okay.
10 feet behind him.
Is there a reason you're coming up with me?
Just checking out, see what's going on. Kind of wanted to go get some fresh air.
Right, fair enough.
But before I leave, I'm gonna. Is Curtin still at the door?
Yep.
I'm gonna grab the Mandingo from my pack and give it to him.
It's right.
Oh, why are all your NPCs so cute?
All of them.
Just the ones that interact with me.
Darkheart's certainly not cute.
Yes, yeah, I got that
No,
right.
your card, yeah.
Thank you.
Does anybody else miss the crew sometimes?
All the time. Literally, I was actually thinking about it today, thinking about Paula's today.
How could you not?
I miss Paula's hardcore.
Who knows what they're doing? It's only been a couple days.
What's happening?
When you asked Levitate, I was literally
Skippy in
going to
prison.
like, now you're stunned.
And he goes up, eventually he disappears into
I'll
the
just-
woods.
Oh yes, yeah, bye. But I am gonna kind of take post in the church as best as I can. I told everyone that I was leaving before I did this, though.
Okay.
So everyone knows where I am.
Yes.
Okay, so you're
saying
keeping
you're not
watch,
I-
like,
well-
for how long, basically, I suppose?
Until I can start.
The rest of you guys?
I'm gonna be chewing on a ration while I do this.
Else comes out of my shower and I've scavenged. for-
You're washing yourself, yeah.
I'm just gonna just roam around the cavern.
Okay, and for, like, finding some clothes, just roll me a perception check.
Is there like a
Fine,
common
no,
area?
fine,
Or
fine.
this,
Yeah.
this area will probably be the common area.
I'd like to find a place to sit.
3.
Comfortably.
Just wandering around.
Just
You're
one
kind of finding, yeah, there's some comfortable spots. Like I would say the nook area that's towards the back is where people mostly like to sit down, but there's also some tables at the front where people like chill out and play cards as well. So there's a few different places to kind of hang.
Has that tide, you see the tide has lowered a bit now that we can
It's getting there, yeah. It's probably around 4 o'clock, I'd say. So it's probably low enough at this point where you could like start wading out. Perhaps might be like a little high right now, but it's starting to drop down for sure. Like by the time you're done cleaning yourself, you've noticed that it significantly has dropped, like in the 10 or 15 minutes that it took you. But as you walk around, you find no like loose clothes. Like, you're not willing, with a perception like that, you're not actually doing much to like lift. You're just looking for clothes that are hanging out somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Like most,
Give a husband.
None of the shops are open today.
the inner shops. So you're doing that. You're just roaming
I'm
around.
just kind of roaming around.
Okay. Anything specific or just?
No, just kind of looking, seeing who's around, and just kind of.
It's obviously like there's people awake during weird times because people don't really have a schedule here. The two spies are sleeping right now because they usually work the overnight type of thing in town or what have you. But
Like to be
pretty docile.
kind of karate kidding once the tide goes out enough that I can go down there. Doing like karate kid kind of stuff on the,
All
on the beach.
right.
Out there. Practicing the forms.
I gotta tell you, I'll tell you. That's something you remind me of.
Whisk.
Just swinging at dummies in the
All right. There's probably a gentleman also like doing the same thing.
another dummy.
The one like relatively normal looking like commoner type of guy who's like holding this sword, you know, kind of like sees you come up behind him. Hey, you looking to practice? It's all yours. I'm done here.
Is this the new set? No, okay, never mind.
Good luck with you. And what are you doing?
Where are you practicing?
Just in the
Basically,
training area down there.
This area here.
What's going on over there? Is there anywhere to like sit comfortably and like watch people practice?
yeah, absolutely. Like you could sit in this room that's kind of across and still see in fairly
Okay,
comfortably.
Yeah, that's perfect. So I'd like to sit on that bench.
Okay. Like
I'm
look
gonna
through.
sit cross-legged. I'm gonna like do a few like mental exercises, just like meditations. Not quite own, but like maybe I'm just like shuffling my cards, and I'm just gonna kind of try and process the things that have gone on over the past day. I'd like to try to recreate the sensation that I felt last night with Davina. What our minds were linked.
Say, roll me a wisdom check. As you're trying to find your, well, this emotional response, I suppose, perhaps this certain place of mind.
18 plus wisdom is plus 2, so 20.
Nice. So as like time passes, watching Usk, your eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, swing after swing, but
Oh, that's cool.
kind of becomes this rhythm
Rhythmic.
almost that you sink into.
That's really cool.
You find yourself in your own head, speaking to yourself. Who are you thinking of?
Thinking of Usk, that moment when we were in the forest. That special moment.
Back over here.
It's split up. I was at the lowest point of my life so far. That moment that you showed me my favorite drink, I was not expecting it. It meant so much to me. That was the moment when I felt that you were a brother of me.
So Usk, as you're swinging away, you kind of stop for a moment. As you hear Kushagra's voice, like an inner monologue basically in your head. And those words exactly enter your mind. It finishes like with that moment he knew it was my brother or whatever. And you just... Kushagra, you're not saying this out loud, you're speaking in your mind.
Yeah, it's more of like that inner monologue. That
But you
some
hear
people
this.
don't have apparently.
Yeah.
Which is bananas.
Oh, just take like one last swing at the end of the monologue and just kind of like turns to look at Kushaga.
Just sitting there cross-legged,
Eyes closed.
No, my eyes will be open. I'm glazed
glazed
over.
over,
Glazed,
like staring at you, but past
But
you, like
really,
1,000-yard
yeah.
stare.
Like meditation.
Just kind of gives a little mental grunts.
You hear this kind of come through in your head.
Is that... Are we linked? Our minds? Grunt twice, if you can hear me. As you look over at my glazed eyes, you see flecks of pink illumination in the irises. They grow dull I like stop for a moment. I look up, like break my glaze. A moment of recognition. I just smile, twirl my whiskers. This is good.
Yeah, so you would be the only one to see this like subtle little pink sparkle, like stardust or something in his eyes.
That's awesome.
Wisps know like magic.
Are you saying this out loud? I think our
The link is broken at this point, so yeah, you can say this out loud, yeah.
Wisps know like magic.
Everyone in the room's like, okay.
After like he just stands
We
there
don't
for a
need the money.
moment,
We don't need
but he's like, "Does that mean you're done?"
No.
I'll keep watching.
Spar.
Will you go easy on me?
No. What's the point if you're not ready for the real thing?
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's cool.
That's fair.
seven.
7?
Nothing persuasive.
A bit too big for me.
Can when that happens, can I come around the corner? I'm just like, if you want to spar, Roost, I'll spar with you.
Brave words for a bard.
Well, famous last words, probably.
No one else has 4 letters. Dead.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. As long as you don't actively try to kill me.
For the real thing.
I'm not sparring.
You haven't tried the orcs yet, then.
No, I haven't.
Keep swinging at dummies.
Yeah.
Jesus, nobody's
That
interested.
Which dummy you looking at?
We're all the same.
So Davina, after your little walk around, are you doing anything specific to pass the time as well?
I follow out behind Lucian. I'm just sitting there, just watching him. It's groggy things.
Okay.
Just like a creep, like just.
You do have the amulet as well if you wanted to explore that.
I will explore.
Spend
it
an
while
hour,
he's
like,
doing that, just
examining
outside
it.
while I'm getting some fresh air.
You know, like in the beginning of Mulan when he's doing the forms and like the candlelight. That's
Yeah.
kind of it.
You know,
It's quite
I think
beautiful.
of the dancing guy from Majora's
And
Mask,
the
sorry.
the tide has come down, but the water is still like kind of loud and like rushing out basically still. Like the sand is wet.
I find the sound, like the repetitive sound of water relaxing, and it helps me focus.
So as you're examining this item, an hour or so passes by. You see this kind of, you get this sensation over it. Like this is very useful. So what this item is, will save you from death of some kind.
Ooh. Nice.
So your best recollection, as you kind of like holding on to this item, I'll wait till you're done.
That's really cool.
That's your card. You can just hold that. Yeah, like that's the item. So as you're doing that, roll me a wisdom check. About an hour
Rolling's
passes.
great. Nat 20.
Oh, that's not 20.
Just gotta mock the dice before you do it.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. So as you're again listening to the sound of the water and the kind of swiping of its blade through wind, thumbing this item and focusing on it, your eyes kind of begin to glaze over and kind of you get lost in your thought and you forget that you're using them to look at anything and you're deep in your mind at this point. You feel this kind of like skeletal clasp on your shoulders, this cold, familiar hands that are inviting. And your eyes kind of like flare up. And you're seeing through something. It feels like a memory. not sure exactly, but you see yourself clad in armor. Shiny, gilt, very fancy, like golden kind of crusting over certain what is it called? I don't remember.
Cresting.
Anyway, cresting. Thank you. I said crusting. I was close. Across the pauldrons and things like that. Kind of look down. And you see before you an elven man kneeling on the ground, with a chain around his neck. His face is swollen, or sunken and sore, bruised, bleeding, and kind of reaching up towards you. And in this memory, in this moment, you find your hand pushing his hand aside in anger, and not necessarily anger, but like righteous fury. Before you find your other hand gripping what feels like a stiff pole, and you look and you see a large axe in your hand. You grip it tightly and you feel your fingers clenching around it before you feel the momentum carry through towards this individual before your eyes kind of like come back, and you just hear the like whoosh, whoosh of Lucian cutting wind with his blade. And you look on your shoulders because you're not wearing anything. You see like red on your skin of two hands on either side before they begin to faintly go back to your normal skin color or lack of color. It's busy.
Being cool guy, I've been karate.
I picture him doing that.
You know, making
the sound
I'm
effect.
definitely making sound.
Yeah. Ooh, I think I pulled something. My glass. I can see my glasses.
I get a little freaked out and
Walk back inside. So as the hours pass by,
When I was done my ration,
right?
I readied my crossbow.
Okay.
I'm sitting in the back.
Just waiting, like in the corner.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I'm not like hidden.
No.
But
Waiting
in the
for
corner.
someone to potentially come by.
Sitting in the corner.
Gotcha.
Did Darkheart cover up the trap as he left, or did we? Not the trap, sorry, but the door. Also, that's not. I'll let you choose. Where is he? What's he?
I would say out of habit, he would probably do that. Yeah. Yeah. Like the. Yeah. There's a way to open it and maneuver without disrupting things too much. Figures that out. He's been in and out many times. But as the sun begins to set and it starts to get dark, you staying out there?
I am.
Okay. And are you on the beach still? As it's like you're kind of finishing up, or you're continuing to, and then as the sun dips below a certain point, you feel the cool of the evening coming in.
Last night, it's time for some food. Then I'll just notice that Davina's been watching that.
She's gone now.
That's
Yeah, you see where her butt prints were, and then like footsteps that go back in.
time. I'll head back into the cave.
So you guys heading back in. And you're waiting out top.
Mhm.
The rest of you guys, are you doing anything else with the evening? Okay.
I'd probably just be playing music probably the entire time.
Okay.
Pick old Shara's mind a little bit about his dexterous ways and his way. Should be some tricks.
And it's
She can try some around.
I haven't been very successful with knives.
that's the same one. If I think of throwing knives, I think it's
As long as there are no bodies of water, should be fine.
that
I can't
water.
see any around. I mean, there's a full cavern system in between us and the waters.
Let's throw a couple into the target. far away that depth or the would be smell. Yes. I like ghosts behind him with the knife. Straight his ear.
Like holding his arm just so, yeah.
It is.
Tapping.
Just flip it in. Just a flick dog wrist. It's all in the roots.
Start helping Lucian play with knives. Fantastic. Okay.
Not quite so sexual.
I mean, there's a little tension.
It's there. Okay.
Blush. Blush.
Make it
Turns
look
into
so
a
easy.
Got a few daggers that you can practice with.
Okay. You guys want to do some attack rolls?
Yeah.
See how you do, or just a general dexterity check to see how well you do overall. I suppose would be better.
Dexterity check.
Usk is observing them both throwing knives.
Usk, what's that?
Usk is just observing.
Okay. Leaning on the
That
table.
20 baby.
Right.
Baby knows how to throw.
18.
All right.
Plus 3.
So like Kudraga's like, here's how you do it, showing you the lineup, and like it takes you like one or two. You're hitting the target each time, but like at some point you're like dead center, dead center, dead center, dead center, like 3, 4, 5 in a row.
At that rate, like the knives are all there. I'm like, let me see something. I'll just like form a black, shadowy dagger, and then whip it.
It doesn't emit light. It's just like this. It's actually almost like this negative light. Like it cuts this shadow into a void emerging out of his hand.
Shadow blade.
What is this magic?
I used to know like potential, but just for magnitude.
Is this some sort of effect from the artifact?
No.
Are you sure?
God, I wish.
Jeez, are you sure?
You manifested this of your own volition.
I have.
See what it can do then.
You slashing the target
I am, yeah. Just,
or the dummy, I guess, or the target. What do you want to attack?
I'll target the dummy this time and just like go.
Okay, roll me an attack roll.
Come on, come on. Be cool, be cool.
Be cool. Scott.
Heavy golden dice over here.
Plus 9, plus 5, so 16.
Roll me some damage. As you kind of walk up and slash towards it.
Are you throwing it? or
I can
just-
throw it because
Oh, you're throwing it. Excuse me. Sorry.
That's 14 points. It's like
Yeah, is it going end over end, or is it like a javelin?
It's like it just sort of as I'm forming it, it just kind of keeps going into like this sort of short sword like
Okay.
thing, but just it's like almost a black, almost lightning bolt.
So is it spinning as you throw, or is it like
It's just like yeah.
it goes through the target? You see this hole through it, and it dissipates.
Our magics are formidable.
In the same instance, I'll just be like try to pull it back, and it just
You just feel in your hand, kind of like.
This trick would have been useful last night with the guards.
indeed it would have.
You ruined it.
I apologize.
Who's saying this?
It's just a nearby like guy who's been watching the whole time and just being very impressed
We
by the
have
fact that you
friends
guys
who are capable of
I'll try to
mending
fix
such things.
I took mending.
I was gonna say, do you have any mending?
I did.
you can fix it.
We'll fix it. No worries. No worries. We have
I
to
like these new recruits.
Take my
So-
learning stride.
listen here, friend. The next time you see an enemy, that is what will happen to them if you have us around as friends. Think of that and be calm. Yes. There we go.
Oh,
That's the face I was expecting.
Okay, so
Too calm.
my
So like has to think about it, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, right."
too calm.
I think calm, not
Tense.
He enjoyed that.
It seems as though
Read it.
Jesus.
we are all growing in different ways.
just the land that is changing us.
Maybe it is each other that is changing us. We'll have to do more investigating.
I agree.
I think I will bed down.
I did something really cool today.
Yeah, what time is it?
Like 6:30.
So, just side note, can I confirm that that was Lucian in my, or somebody that looked like?
You were seeing through someone else's eyes. Oh, the elven man on his knees.
Was he a
What kind
moon
of
elf?
test would be
Or
do
was he
this?
a-
He was definitely a male elf.
No, a moon elf.
Oh, a moon elf. Mm. Roll me a history check. See if you can recall what specifics of this individual were.
I need to start cursing my dice.
I cursed.
Or praising them, one of the two. I don't know.
There you go.
Not convinced.
You will not be commended.
It's fuzzy, and you're finding the sensation of feeling like you were being someone else, of rather overwhelming, more enabling you not to take in some of the fuller details as well. It was a very strange sensation. Hard to tell if it was someone you recognized or not.
Sure. What time is it?
Like 6:30 or so.
Dinner and
Yeah, I go and get some stew.
Okay. So like Waynold and Valessi are waking up at this point. They come and join for something to eat as well. It's Darkheart. Yeah. Where's Darkheart?
No, he went to take care of some business, I guess.
Oh. During the day. Fair enough. Hello?
Left alone.
Fair enough.
He seemed to be left after we told him that we burnt down the mill at St. George.
Very well. Well, maybe he'll be back tonight, perhaps. Valessi and I are going to go hit the town, do a little bit of recon. Usual.
You taking any people with you?
I wasn't planning on it, no.
You mind if I tag along?
You want to come to town? Fair enough.
You can't go to town.
While we're there,
You're up.
we're on our own. You should know.
Causing chaos.
We don't. One of us goes down, you run away.
No, yeah.
Just so you
I
know.
I have some things that I'd like to check up on in
Alright.
town. And
Yeah.
figured,
Come join us.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I got lost last time I went on myself. So
We'll be leaving in a few hours.
yeah.
Get something to eat. Once it gets a bit darker. Well, maybe less. What time is it? There's no time. We'll leave in about an hour.
Yeah, just give me a nudge when.
Sure. Okay. Sweet. So as you guys are, having some lunch or dinner, I suppose, at this point, you see Usk kind of like pull a torch, disappear. And Timdale, as you're sitting up there in silence for hours,
I knew it.
you hear this kind of like heavy kind of coming from behind you. You look
I'm-
towards the latch and you see it
You're
open up.
Boston, right? I'm in the corner.
You're in the corner, yeah. You see the latch from below open up and a torchlight illuminate.
I got my crossbow right on it.
Your eye comes out first, like your nose and then your eye. And
No, I'm still alive.
with his uncle.
You leaving?
Staying here for a bit.
Welcome to hang out.
Post up in the corner.
okay. Huddle in nearby Tim.
Yeah.
Torch out.
Cord. Sink into the shadows.
No, sorry, there's a torch.
Oh, you put the torch out.
Oh, you put it out. Okay.
Yes.
Oh. I still have my crossbow ready now.
Gotcha.
Back to it.
Okay. So as you guys are hanging out at top,
I got sleeping.
you three below, so Lucian, Davina, and Kashaga, you guys just having a bite to eat and then going to sleep eventually, I suppose? Okay, bedding
Before they
down.
go to bed, I'm gonna go into each of them and be like, heading into town. You guys need anything?
You need?
That actually would be quite useful. I exhausted my supply of oil flasks. I
See,
have water.
Wadold and Valencia are around as well. The shops aren't usually open during the night, just so you know.
Well, I can check in with
You don't always need to buy.
I can check in with the Tanda to see if she has anything.
Check in with who?
Yes.
Pardon?
Oh, you do you when you go
Yeah.
in, yeah. Just so you know.
Are we?
They'll likely be closed.
Perhaps some more robes for Davina.
I'll see.
Inns are open though.
Am I offensive to you?
No.
What do you think there, Cat?
I mean, I find
Fine, whatever you
burning, I find burning people's property offensive.
I find
You offensive. You're offensive.
I offer you clothes that my mother packed, and you,
and then you turn around and body shame me.
because you're taller than me.
Still body shame.
Is that body shaming? You're taller than me. You're like an Amazon.
I just give you like a stare daggers at you.
love it so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Valencia is
Like,
kinda-
heroes.
See, Valencia, who's like the only other female in the entire thing, that in this group of bandits, she's the only one actually. Would you like some clothes? Are you good like that?
It's getting a little chilly.
In the cave, yeah. I've got a few dresses.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
They might
What do you need?
a little bit short, but
Surprisingly.
Nothing that but maybe something that Tanda might have. that I
Price
can
is
bring
right.
back with me.
She needs spare copper.
well, there is no price.
Well, I mean,
Friends.
I'm alright.
And Valencia, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Best.
If we're going out to the
I mean,
farm,
except for you.
So I've got a few different ones. This one, it's like brown, patchy, kind of old. It's very unassuming, but a classic. I've got this purple one here as well, which is one of my favorites.
I don't know where you are, but I see
This sort of off-red
so
one
I'm
as
not gonna
well.
be able to ask
A
you
bit
what
old
you
and
want.
tattered, but it will serve well. So you have your pick. Very good.
How does it look at me?
Hope you don't mind. It's
I'm not going to say anything.
Loyal.
Shouldn't.
It's like, how short is it on it? That's
it goes down like it's supposed to be to the floor. It's going down to like your shin. It's a very awkward length.
Ready for a flood.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's pretty nice.
Show you the
Yeah.
a little more modest than the last look.
It's got like a bit of a high neck on it and like these kind of frilly, poofy shoulders on it a little bit. It's like
We get
goes down
mend that
straight.
shit up. Yeah. seamstress.
I'm a chef. I'm a seamstress.
It looks
She does it all.
looks nice.
Does she do it?
Mom,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
your
Like
team
Tim,
mom.
but-
Wayne Old,
Yeah. I'll come by. I'll come when I come down. I'll fix it.
Like,
Wayne
it's
Old, should we
lovely.
be heading out then? Yeah, we should probably hit the beach. Take a few, been an hour or so to get there, so a couple hours. Are you coming with?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll give it Tanda your guys' best.
Please do.
Steal me some clothes.
If you can happen to find
She's like, what the
the crew,
Let's see, it's like
I'm sure. I'll
consider it a
have look
loner,
around and
then.
see who's around.
As I take it off.
we can trade.
Do send
Maybe.
my regards.
Taking it off and giving it back to
Let them
her.
know that
I
I'm
just got a little hot again.
alive.
Just leave it on in the trunk. Right, come on.
Let's go.
You guys walk out. Yeah.
How'd it go?
So it'll take you guys a couple hours to get to the first fire port, of course. But in the meantime, Usk and Tyndall, you guys are sitting out in the dark, waiting. The other three of you guys are bedding, or three of you guys, yes, are bedding down and resting for the evening, correct?
Yes.
So Usk and Tyndall, as you guys are on watch for anything coming or listening to anything, roll me some perception checks as the hours pass by.
Let's do this.
Ain't nothing cool but to do it.
I'm rolling the 10.
19?
That's a nat 20 for me, so 23.
no perceptive.
Nice. And what was it?
19.
19 as well. Solid. You guys are keeping like relatively quiet. There might be some subtle words pass between you, but for the most part, you are full attention. And,
Grunts, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Did you hear that? It's
You
just
had some gunpowder before, and
fully alert.
Damn.
I can see space.
He's like, I shouldn't have gone. I was gonna say.
Just doing random.
No, I did not have any gunpowder. Just putting it out there. I did not have any gunpowder.
You've got the claws for it, right? Fingernails.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You cook nails?
it's a fucking wizard. Croc nails.
Of course he's gone.
GP nails. Gunpowder nails.
Yeah.
GP nails.
Close.
I did not take any gunpowder. I didn't even put it in my bag.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Clean.
you have a
Clean.
big old wad of it in the bag.
Possibly. You know, it's loose in my
I
backpack.
know.
Everything's just covered with black as I take it out.
Don't light it. Don't light anything either.
Afterwards, you're just like,
Everything's gonna go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like eating the last of the bag of chips, and it's just like,
Gunpowder fingers.
Tipping your bag up.
Just get them and fucking done.
He's conjuring up what's gonna happen to us, basically. What's gonna attack us.
that brought you back twice.
So as you guys are waiting in the dark, basically, and sitting there, you can hear the nature kind of like
Other times, it's probably 5 times.
as the sun dips lower, lower.
Sun's getting real low.
Sun's getting real low. You guys begin to hear things before you see things. You hear kind of rustling of leaves beyond. Nice. That.
That was not subtle at all.
Is that what you're in the book?
Yeah, totally.
You literally even did the face still, and you're like, I know.
Need a little bit?
bite lip a little bit.
Okay, you say it.
Yeah, I got that.
I'll be here all weekend.
You hear a voice.
God.
The trucks lead this way. Into this chapel. It is elven, yes? Yes, it is very much so. Either way, there are plenty of tracks. Perhaps this is the place.
Holy shit.
Let me go first, Valtrina. Cover my...
I just left.
So you guys see this white-haired figure, cloak pulled over, kind of just step up before he stops.
Okay, I'll be with you in just a moment.
Like,
Oh, Maeve.
right there.
Oh, Maeve.
Stops right
I
there.
know mending.
You see him just freeze for a moment, like he knows he's been seen, kind of thing, and like
Front zone.
he just stops. He doesn't say anything.
So I follow Trina's with them, okay, in the back.
See him,
Can we
like-
see them both?
Well, you can see him, but you could only
Hear
hear
her,
her.
okay.
Yeah.
You heard him say that he's going ahead.
Right.
And he's just stopped, frozen right now. You see his hand on like one of his swords. The other one, like as he was walking up, it's just he's frozen like an animal that knows he's been seen, kind of thing. Like
Right.
Valtrina, we are not alone.
Oh, night vision.
Saber cat attacks. It was a saber cat all along.
Yo, that'll be strong.
You were just hiding your teeth. That was an illusion.
Of course, now they. How did they even find us? I guess the same way we did.
Yes. No, they're tracking him.
Track me.
Roll me perception checks
That-
as
When they tracked him, when they put the thing on him.
as you guys see his hand move up to his mouth
True. That's true.
very, very slowly.
Sorry,
Like
what are we rolling?
perception checks. His hand just moves very slowly to his mouth and like cups it.
Oh my god, he's saying something.
It's a dirty 20.
That was 18 for me.
Oh, nice.
You
I know, I hit the side. I was like, oh.
you hear him very subtly, like from where you are, very, very subtly hear him whisper into his hand, I see the gnome, and I can see the lizard man.
Jesse's hearing it?
You guys both can
We
hear.
both can hear it. Okay.
High enough rolls. They have seen me. That's all he says.
I can see them, they can see me. We're just pretending this isn't happening at the moment.
You guys see Feltrina.
Chakra is still laughing.
Shit, do you see her? Hold on.
Pick up the phone.
Roll me perception checks.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Is it a 1? It was a 1.
Double
You
one.
guys both rolled ones. So your attention
not
is
meant to be.
completely fixated on Franzono right now. And all of a sudden,
When this is happening though, as soon as I hear him say I can see the gnome and I can see the lizard, I'm gonna just put my crossbow down. I'm not gonna have it at ready anymore.
okay, kind of lower your crossbow. And you feel a strange tension for a moment. Both make me wisdom saving throws.
Okay, should I use the one that I told the one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. See towards the mean.
We won't. Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throws.
Yes! What?
19.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Oh. We got the one out of the way.
Bounce.
Put that out of the way.
Nice.
I would
Nice.
one.
Yeah.
You feel like every muscle in your body, and Usk, this is
I can feel it
a
right
very familiar feeling to you. The last time you felt this is known to you.
Oh.
Are you like freaking out beside me at this point?
Before your muscles
I am-
clench,
I'm
and then you feel this like
really fucking worked up right now.
release. Like he's like hyperventilating right now.
So there's this. I'm not.
But the spell doesn't have an effect on you.
I actually don't know if you'll like this or not, but Tim's gonna do it anyway. A small, delicate hand on Moose. Just fingertips, really.
He is shaking.
Yeah, just fingertips. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm shaking right now. Look at me.
You see the individual who's still got his hand cupped. A few words escape. Roll me perception checks again, I guess, if you want to
my
hear
God.
this.
This is intense.
Jesus Christ! What the?
Maybe
I
5.
got an 8 on my side.
6.
You guys don't hear it.
Maybe I'll show my way.
No one.
Okay.
I should take them.
Bronzano steps forth. You see his posture change a little bit. It's like he was frozen, hadn't moved other than his one arm. He kind of. I can see you both are very afraid. Come out of the shadows. We mean you no harm. We only want the one you travel with. Come out.
Don't say that.
Come out of the shadows. Let us talk.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I see no choice. So.
Have I mentioned how much I love both?
I'm still fucking pissed at you. I'm like, yeah, you ran downstairs.
Go wake him up. Yeah, fucking dragons. So yeah.
Get him the hell out of here.
I don't
I
like
hate him
more.
too. I hate him too.
Just a point. Who
Now
has
that I
the
am wearing my
object?
pendant.
Lucian does it.
Yeah, so this is more about that than you.
As he stands there and he's like, Valtrina, stay where you are. Come forth. You guys walking out towards him? Or is Usk staying?
I'll stand up and I'll walk like, I don't know, maybe 7 feet in
Okay.
front of Moose.
It's like a little bit.
Yeah, I'm protecting the big.
Yeah, I'm following.
The one you
Yeah,
travel
exactly.
with. Poliatus. Is he with you now?
Roll mental breakdown.
Here's the thing. We say yes, and that's us. We say no, and we're dead because he knows that he's downstairs because he's being trapped.
Exactly. Why don't you retort with another question?
Well, that's why I said, when he said the one you fought with, you trouble with, that's why I was like, which one? But then he said the last name, so that was good.
Another question. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, it has to be me. Fuck you, grunt.
Got words.
I think this kid's just really, he's trying really hard to not
Yeah, exactly.
explode.
Okay, ask me again.
Where is the one you call Foliatus?
Where?
Is he with you or not?
I'm just gonna look around.
Obviously, he's not here. Does he travel with you?
Previously,
Not right now.
it's just you, Sky, right now.
Wording was fine.
Like butter. Tim throws out. She's like, okay.
One second.
Yeah.
Perhaps you may deliver a message then instead. If you know where he is.
We'll talk. When I see him. If I see him.
There is one we search for whom we have come for. An associate of his shares the last name of your companion. We wish to speak with him.
First name?
Of the one we search?
Mm-hmm.
See him whisper into his hand again.
I do perception check.
Yeah.
15.
He says, should we tell the name?
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
See Feltrina kind of like speak into her hand.
This chick's shit, yeah. She knows exactly what I think. Yeah.
His name is Galaptos Ronius.
Okay. Could you spell that for me?
It is Elvish. Klaptos. So Klaptus.
K-L-A.
APTUS.
Okay. Not just Claptus. Fully artist.
Ronius, actually.
Ronius?
Ronius. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said Coptus sent them.
That's who they said they were looking for.
That's what they said they were looking for.
Okay.
So is that not guys?
There is a Foliatus who is very close to this individual, who has also come here. We are trying to find this person. Since this of which you travel with shares the last name, perhaps you might be able to answer some questions for us.
Yeah, I trust him.
We are curious of him as well, but we need to know if he knows where this person is, for we are to come and claim him.
Claptus Ronius Foliatus?
Foliatus is not his last name.
I'm sorry. I'm confused now. You said that the person shares a last name with...
There are three people here. Your traveling friend, the one of which we seek, and a middleman. A Gaius Foliatus.
Thank you.
It was seen here in the Heart of Mora, but has since vanished. If you do not bring Lucian Foliatus to the Hunter's Lodge by Sunday, we will find you, and we will do what is necessary to find him. Is that understood?
Understood.
Altrina, you can hold off. I believe the situation has diffused itself. We await your arrival. See you in a few days.
You fucking never. Jesus Christ.
It's kind of weird.
The Hunter's Lodge. Oh. Back in first minute. I turn around,
He just
like
walks.
on a dime, and look at Oos. I just immediately start, like, weeping, like openly, like.
They walk into the woods. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't wait around.
Well, I'm waiting for them to leave until I can't see them anymore, and I just literally just start turning around. No, it's not soft, but silently, just. And then I fall like straight to the ground. Like
Okay.
every muscle is just completely, yeah, exactly.
Do the whole like anime, like what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just like watches them go into the woods and like maybe like a minute after he's like still watching. Fuck, no, like magic. Especially that.
Okay. Well, with that, I'm
Good thing you guys pass those tests.
actually like
That
you're
was
gonna
really
say you're
intense.
good at creating tension because you might like I'm yeah
Pumping, right?
totally. I can like feel it in my legs.
I thought you were gonna rage for sure,
Yeah.
but
Biting his tongue the entire time. I'm like,
It was like one bad thing can send this into a spiral right now.
And I'm thinking, I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, if they get it, I'm gone.
Hey, if I hey,
Oh,
man,
yeah, you're on your way to
I
push
got 3
firebolt.
hands to pump out. We're good. Don't worry.
I thought that's what was coming out.
So did I. Well, I didn't think it was gonna be that too. I thought it was gonna be something different. And it's gonna be
can you only pull one at a time?
Another saber
Yeah.
tooth.
Yeah. So I'm
yes.
on-
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A level
One of 3.
15. I think.
Yeah.
I can have 2 hands, but I can do it. It's like no, that's not true. Long rest forward expel it.
It would have been funny. It
Spell song.
would have been funny when he turned the corner, gets
So I
shot by
can
Hammond.
do multiple hands during a
So
single scenario.
so
that
It would have
happens.
been pretty funny if he turned the
that was
corner.
great.
Holy
to get
shit.
hit by Hammond.
not
Well,
expecting that.
I will get off of the ground
Fox.
and kind of steal like myself. I steal it a little bit and
Oski's probably still
totally
glaring at the woods like where they left.
Oos. Oos, look at me, Oos. Thank you. I think we need to leave. Okay. Good chat. Go to the
And they were never seen again.
yeah, literally. I'm gonna go to the door and make my way down.
Very good.
Oh,
So you guys are going back down.
Running back.
I am. Are you coming with me?
Okay.
Ugh.
I'm gonna go as soon as I get down to the. I'm like running past Carthy at this point. Like
Copy.
I'm not running, but I'm speed walking as fast as my little stubs will take me.
Doing the old in out then. Yeah.
It's Fandango.
That's funny.
funny.
Totally. His face is all sticky.
Yeah.
Munching on it.
Yeah.
So
Sucking on, like,
feverishly looking around every corner, looking for Lucian at this point.
Okay. He's resting, meditating, as he would normally be.
Where?
By the fireplace, maybe?
Yeah.
Or the stew place, I guess.
Set up a nice little.
The stew setup.
I'm gonna come up and kick him in the knee.
Ah. Wonderful. Wonderful visage there. What is it?
Your elephant friends have found you? We have to leave now.
What did they say?
They said that if we don't come to the Hunter's Lodge by Sunday, that they will find us and do what is necessary, and I assume that means that we will be dead. They are looking for a man named Gaius Loyalist, I'm assuming you know him, and they're also looking for a guy named, I don't know, Claptus. Rodius.
They said Claptus.
They did. Who's that?
Correction. If you don't go with them.
Who's?
Claptus is the one who gave us safe passage. Guys, safe passage out of Shira.
Well, those two are looking for him. And if we don't show you, if we don't bring you to first, we have to leave now. I mean, or we can go to the Hunter's Lodge if that's what you want to do, but I don't think that's a good idea.
They're looking for Gaius. He might be able to help us get him out. I have no other means of getting him out. You think we are
They
going
said
to
that
be
he
able to do it?
vanished.
Yes, but we know where he is.
Ah, on the gigantic island.
No, he's been kept prisoner in Castle Avenue.
They know that. Horse here?
All right.
Super sub already.
That's funny.
All right.
So yes, being
Oh,
Hef
that's
Day,
sweet.
Eve's Day, After Day, and then it's Sunday. So
So
you
3
have
days.
2 days basically. They expect you there on Sunday.
In the nighttime on Sunday.
Well, it doesn't matter. They weren't specific. Just like be there. We want you there.
11:59 p.m.
That's fine.
Or we'll
I'm
find
in the
you.
line.
Yeah, or we'll find you and they won't be as nice. Yeah. The old or else. Just gonna write that because it's cute. Or else.
I cannot, in good faith, let you be on the table. Just be running away with me. Cannot do that to you folks.
So what?
I don't know. Perhaps we can see what lengths they will go to get Gaius.
Do we?
If we go
If
calmly,
some of us go, say, meet us here, we know where he is, and I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea for you to go because, well, I can go kill you.
it's a good chance.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna let that happen. But I'll follow your lead.
I must think.
Okay, so sorry. It's what? What's today?
Half day.
Hef Day.
Half day. It's around what? 8 p.m.
Yeah, 8:39, somewhere in there. Later.
Half day. Full day. Full day.
So Eve's Day, After Day, and then Sunday.
Well,
Perhaps with Gaius' help, once we have released him, us all could overpower the two.
are you supposing that we find your father within 2 days and bring him on the 3rd day?
No, I'm saying we go in peacefully with these two. Answer their questions that they need. Show them what we know. Where Gaius is. They're not looking for me, looking to find me to get to Gaius. They truly want Gaius. If they truly want him, they will see fit to potentially help him escape. And in that moment, once we have freed Gaius, step in. Yes, that's what we step in.
Okay, boss.
We'll not go down without a fight, but I must find Gaius by any means.
I'm gonna leave on that and go to somewhere where there are bedrolls and I will. Or, like, if it's in the same room or something like that. Just gonna
Sleep. Okay.
unclench my asshole and go.
I will not ask you to.
Jesus!
So
So,
worried that you guys were gonna go when I'm gone.
as that's happening, Barrett.
You're in first fireport, passing by.
So, yes, a lovely evening walk down the beach with Waynold and Valencia. As you guys are approaching, kind of, Waynold's like, so when we get to the edge of town, we basically branch off. I'm probably going to head to the Blotted Rocks. Valesia's here going to the Hunter's Lodge, just so you know. Do you know your way back, in case we, don't meet up?
We're not meeting anywhere particular?
If it happens, it happens, but we don't always plan.
Right. I'm sure I can find my way.
Don't wait too long. Tide'll come in. If it starts getting bright, you missed it.
No. I can just stay with the tender then. That happens.
Oh, yeah.
Not what I meant.
Sure. Come on, Valencia, let's go. You guys are like, I would say you're coming out where the herbalist kind of is, like near towards the lumber mill. Like you've walked along the beach. Actually, I'll show you guys. It's been a while. There you go. So you're like around this area here. When they kind of branch off, and yeah, there is a herbalist there. Yeah. They just kind of begin to walk into the town. So, where would you like to go?
I'm gonna pretty much head straight to the Faded Breast.
Okay, I'm just gonna make this nice and big here. There we go. Alright, so you walk through the town. As you're walking, it's your passive perception. Pretty low. Okay, fair enough. In that case, you walk through town, and you eventually get to the Faded Breast. Okay, go open the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
See two dwarves. Well, actually, just see you see someone you don't recognize, but you see a dwarf, black hair, kind of like sitting at the table. You don't recognize him immediately, and then Atanda kind of like, oh, Barrett, welcome back.
Figured I'd stop. I was in the area. Stopped by.
I feel like it's this.
You haven't been back for a few days. Would you like a drink?
Yeah, so
Perhaps an evening of rest, or where are your friends? Alone tonight?
They're on their own right now. I was just in the area with, just kind of traveling by myself right now.
I don't know. If you're looking for a bed tonight, or just a drink.
Just a drink for now.
Very good.
Drink first, beds come later.
Pours you beer. Any luck with the wine so far? Have you been up to the winery yet? It's
No,
a few
we
days
don't-
away. Probably not likely.
We didn't get that far.
Oh.
We ran into those friends you were talking about there a couple days ago.
Friends?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Just realized a bunch of information that was deleted. It's okay. I have it elsewhere. Just annoyed. I reorganized things. Anyway, there we go.
I just kind of look around, just like, we'll talk about it later.
My business is always kept better in the dark, anyways.
How's your sister doing?
She's all right. She's in relatively good spirits, I suppose, but she's different now. I think she has gone through much. She needs time to settle her mind, get things off of it as well.
Yeah, dealing with Avondale can do that to you.
She holds a lot of things on her shoulders from her past. Zobra is very different than myself. I have lived more of a peaceful life than she has.
Would you reckon that'd be staying here for so long?
Partly, yes. I have not always lived on the hearth, but since my time here has been very nice. Zovra has been down a different path, you know.
She's definitely the captain type. I can.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have any, like, the shops are closed, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be here when they open. You wouldn't happen to have any supplies?
What were you looking for?
Some oils and
Don't ask me to enough oils.
some maybe some robes that would fit Davina.
Oils? Like, for what specifically? For a lamp or for the aromas?
I don't know which one he wanted, so yes.
One of each.
Very good. I believe I have some oil for the lamps around. I suppose I could sell you there.
No, I would gladly I can pay you for whatever. And some. Do you have any robes that maybe will fit a tall elven woman?
I can see what I have.
Very
You know, Rurik. Give me a moment. I will head up to my wardrobe and see what I have, and I'll be back in a few.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
Getting back.
Oi.
Hey, buddy.
he looks very different than last time. He was blonde the last time you saw him.
Who is this?
It's one of the
The
dwarves.
dwarves that I
Dwarf
kept
that
taking
wrote
his money from.
Tulgo on the statue.
Didn't recognize me.
Only
I would
because
hope
you-
not.
Only because you said something and I kind of put that in my mind.
Hey. Well, when you get up to as much mischief as me, I almost got caught a couple of nights ago, so I changed it here.
Did you lose all your money again?
No. Wait. Oh, right, you bastard.
I mean,
The dice haven't been on my favour since we got off that boat.
how's it going?
Not too bad.
How's
Things are going pretty well.
How's those plans that you guys been?
Hey, slowly but surely, it's not a race. I'm trying my best, of course. Not tonight. I was feeling a little heat. Although I will admit, word around town is a lot of the attention has been diverted. From what I hear.
Anything particular?
I've heard that King's Guild has directed their attention into finding this Kushagra right away.
Good
Seems
luck
to be
with
at the
that.
top of the list.
Yikes.
A bit of a bummer for other folk. I would be very worried about that if you're still traveling along with him. They're sort of a specialist guild. If you've got the guild after you, that's not ideal. But you're doing fine, I can see.
Well, you gotta compartmentalize.
I guess so. A little bit at a time, right?
Yeah.
Hey. Are you up for a bit of entertaining? Again, I'm not doing much tonight. Just trying to stay lay low.
I'm just kind of popping into town for a little bit.
Fancy a few rolls?
Sure, I'll take some more of your money.
You can try.
Okay.
All right, we'll do a quick little game while the Tand is searching for your things. So we'll do it's me versus you type of thing. How much are you willing to bet? I put in for 5 gold tonight if you're interested.
Rich. That's unfortunate.
And he's been working. Stealing.
Yeah.
Or we can just play for a bit of fun.
Let's go with 5 gold. Let's see if you were hustling me during those.
I think you and I both know that a few of those things were bullshit. I'm
Well, you're not as drunk as you were the last time.
a little bit drunk, but yeah.
Not as drunk.
Hey,
What are you guys doing? Just like straight 20s against each other?
we'll do a quick deception, persuasion, and insight.
Okay, deception.
Switch it.
20.
Wonder if we'd ever be able to switch up for intimidation.
Deception is 25.
Wow.
Shit.
Persuasion.
Wow. I'm going to 1. Jesus. You might be taking his money.
That automatically makes it a 10. So persuasion is an 18. I rolled a 6, which makes it a 10.
Yeah.
Which plus 8 is an 18.
God.
And what was the last one?
Glamour. not
Deception,
glamour,
persuasion, insight.
Yeah, right.
His boots and shit on his all right.
That's 4. That is a 14 for that one.
Okay.
Good job.
Any
So as you guys are rolling a few rounds, hefty betting, like it's not very many, we're able to take him for all of that coin by the end of the round. As Atanda comes down the stairs, so you earn 5 gold.
Woohoo.
As Atanda comes
Yeah,
down,
that's
kind of
great.
holding a few like vials in her hands, she's like, "So I've got a few things here. I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for, but if it's some aromas," and kind of puts some on her wrist, and
Ooh. I like that.
Sweet, like a little bit floral. Or just a few. Oh, I have one, I suppose. It's half full. Of just like lamp oil.
No, like I said, I'm not sure what he wanted, so I'll buy what I can. Yeah.
Preferably
Call
I
it
was
two
burning down
silver.
buildings the
What
day
was that?
before.
Well, the perfume was a bit expensive.
Yes. Gold?
It's used, so I suppose I could.
We'll pay her the two gold that I just took off of you.
Hey, I'm not paying her.
Well, instead of paying me the 2 gold, give it to her.
I suppose. Ding ding.
There we go. Good lad.
And I was able to find a few dresses.
Fancy.
Not sure they're going to be quite as long as we need, but perhaps so. This one here, it's a lovely green frock. One of my favorites, this one here, it's like really low cut, like all the way down to kind of the belly button. She's like, it's more of a, well, I don't wear it so much anymore in my older years. It's not as flattering as it used to be. You're welcome to this as well.
How much for them?
Oh, I don't imagine I need any money for these. I have plenty of
Are you sure?
old clothes, yes.
Oh, yes. Very sweet.
Zovra will never wear this even if I ask a million times. I've told her that she should try to meet another,
Still slightly more covered than what I'm wearing right now.
but she is stubborn.
I very much appreciate it. And all the
It's my
stuff
pleasure.
that you've done for me and us in particular.
Certainly my pleasure. Are you finding everything you need?
And some.
Were you able to find friends?
Yes.
How are they doing?
I don't know.
Looking to get more to get more friends in their inner circle, and looking to struggling a little bit, but we're helping out.
They're alive, so that's good.
Yes.
Admittedly, I never know if I'm sending people to their death or not when I send them to the woods. I often never see them again, so
Well,
it's always hard to say. The woods are very dangerous.
Very. We came across some saber-tooths.
I thought they scared them all away to the Hunter's Woods by now, but I guess there was a few still remaining. The Tulgo Woods are generally more smaller creatures, but
I moved
Saber-tooth.
my cloak to show the teeth mark.
that is grisly. You are starting to look a bit torn.
Well, sword mark, sword, teeth. Yeah, getting a little ragged.
Maybe it's the rugged handsome, right?
I like to think so.
Yeah. Will suit you well.
You saber tooth.
No, cougar.
There's another jungle cat in this area.
Yeah, she's totally a cougar.
Goober town.
Saber tooth.
She just leans on the bar and kind of like looking at your scars and stuff.
So, Avondale still giving you guys trouble?
Not me, not the last few days.
No?
Just a business with your friends earlier, and I have not seen them around since then. Here, of course.
You wouldn't happen to had a chance to send a message?
Of course.
Nothing-
I did
nothing-
that very night.
Anything back by chance?
Not yet.
No, didn't think so.
I don't usually expect to get a message back, but sometimes. If it does arrive, I will be very happy to let you know, of course.
Just figured I'd check in.
Hmm.
And take a drink of mine.
How was the red delicious tonight?
It always has it's always correct with its name. Very delicious.
I'm happy. See like an individual like come down the stairs just like his underwear with a little like lantern.
Is it any possible that we could get another jug of ale upstairs?
Right away, Cedric. I will be up in momentarily. The Lover's Den, yes? Okay, no problem. Hello. Goes back up. Yeah, no time for pants. We need wine immediately.
Well, I'll leave you to your work, and I'll continue to.
Business has been very, well, consistent, which is
That's
nice.
good to hear.
Feel as though maybe the other rooms could use a little bit of sprucing up, though. Nobody is interested in them as much as the Lover's Den.
I slept in the Lover's Den the first night, and I can tell you, it was a good night's sleep.
I always thought the other ones would have more appeal.
Kinky people.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't. With the people around here, I don't really pick up kinky.
Perhaps an oversight on my part. Maybe I will re-theme the jungle room since it is in need of a new bed anyways. Or mattress, I suppose. Maybe it will be a fun project for me and Zovra. Take her mind off of other things. Troubles. Worried about her ship. I'm sure she expects someone to come and with a tree from the Redwood Heights. Wishful thinking. She'll be very quick to get it herself. Anyway, must do some work. Enjoy yourself. Barrett, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Goes upstairs after taking a jug of beer.
Well, I'm gonna mosey around town, Laura.
Hey, are you?
Yeah.
I'll take a walk for you if you like. Get some fresh air. No mischief tonight, are we?
None. I'm just more or less here just to kind of check up on things.
Hey, I'll walk with you.
Mighty kind of you.
Could use the fresh air. I've been cooped up in here all day. Finishes his drink and slams it on the table. That's cool. You guys walking anywhere specifically? Or
No,
just
I'm
sauntering?
I guess more or less like maybe towards the center of town.
Okay. As you're walking, he's kind of like, so, find some friends in the woods, was it?
Yeah.
What type of friends are they? Curious, I'm only curious.
Not too bad. Just a lot of folks just kind of down on their luck.
Friends like you and I, perhaps?
They want to be.
Oh. Long road.
That I think a lot of them have the right intentions.
Really? Whereabouts is this place?
Oh, just I'm so bad at directions that I almost fell off a cliff there while coming back from. So at the moment, I really can't tell you.
Well, maybe Nora will be able to find it if it's in the woods.
Yeah, pretty. I think it's like
I'll keep that in mind.
past. Like if you keep going through the woods past Fort George, it's up around that area.
Past Fort George?
Yeah.
Which woods are we in then?
Which one?
Are we in the Tulgo Woods?
You don't have the map on you, so this is straight off
Yeah.
from memory.
I feel dumb.
I mean, you can speak from here, but
I'm trying to remember. It's the. Which one's left and which one's right? Toga's the rough.
Tulgo against the arm of the Tulgo.
Yeah.
Hunters against, like, the mountains.
It kind of overlooks the Tulgo Woods, but like kind of ignores the hunters. Like, oh, you can almost see the river.
Oh, so, okay. Well, perhaps Nora will be able to find it. She's good at that sort of thing. Good in the nature. Viet would certainly be interested in talking with some of these folks, though. I think they might be worth a little bit of a chat. Might have similar intentions. Not my call, though. Good to know. Let's keep walking. Get to, like, the center of town. See the same individual in the stocks.
Working hard, I bet.
You
Still in the stocks.
you still in the stocks?
Yeah, Misa. Of course. Oh! I know you.
Um,
Sort of.
I thought you were supposed to get out there and like. You should be coming up on getting out, aren't you?
Maybe.
But do they not keep track of?
Oh, they do, but it's hard for me.
Do you need anything?
Got any food?
Pull out a ration.
Oh, gonna feed this man?
Um,
His hands, he certainly can't feed himself.
I'm gonna hold it up to his mouth. Now don't bite me.
I won't, sir. I swears. I'll be gentle. Pulls it. So as you feed this individual, I'll give you a point of inspiration.
Oh.
This is our inspiration.
Man,
part.
feeding the homeless, I'm telling you, it's a good time.
See him, like, I'll pet his head, I'll fucking water him, yeah.
Watch his feet or on his head, and I waterboard him.
Saying.
Yeah. If you give it inspiration for selfishness. Hey, if it's with character.
Honestly, I probably should have been burning the outfit, but it was like
That's
sort of evil.
But it's like
It wasn't a neutral action, it was like an evil action. It was chaotic though.
It didn't feel like
Anyway, it's in the past anyway, they can't do it now.
very chaotic.
Too much of a retroactive. Hey, filthy beggars. You know, someday you'll have to get up to those stocks.
We're all beggars at some point in our lives. It's just how much we're begging for, and how much we're looking for, and how much people want to give.
I prefer to take what I need myself. So we serve me well. Oh, sometimes you serve some time. But that happens. One of the risks you take. Keeps walking.
I follow suit, kind of just.
Walking past like the side of the church. He's like, you're walking along the like long edge of it. You know, I was thinking about something that would really piss them off.
Do tell.
Well, they've got those books inside this church. Keep track of everyone's doings, comings and goings. Be a shame if those disappeared or, God forbid, were destroyed.
In this hypothetical.
Of course, hypothetical tonight. A couple guards like walking your way. Hey, evening.
I am saying.
I get behind that.
Keep walking like this.
How would one go? You think you would go about?
It's like looking it up and down. Well, I haven't gotten that far yet, but just food for thought. That would certainly cause some disturbances, though. Might be difficult, but I'm sure as hell interested in what would happen afterwards.
It'd be fun to watch it happen, man.
Hey, it would. Keep walking. You kind of lap around the
You
keep,
might
and
have some trouble getting some
eventually your walk takes you back to like towards the faded breast. Well, I'm probably gonna turn in here soon. You're welcome to spend a bit more time, I suppose. I'm gonna have probably one drink and call her a night.
I'm probably gonna get ready to venture off myself.
Hey,
I was only kind of pop in and get a couple supplies and then pop out.
well, it's nice to see you again.
You too.
Thanks for the talk.
Well, I'll be sure to take more of your money next time.
That's a rather consistent habit, hasn't it?
Nah.
Luckily, it wasn't my money.
Just placement of funds.
Hey,
Will you take
Good
care
night
of
to ya.
yourself?
hey. I'll see you in a few days, I'm sure.
Yeah. I guess I'll start venturing back. I'll go up towards the herbalist way and start
Okay.
going back towards the cavern.
Sure. So walking up. Roll me a perception check as you're walking, just for the sake of that.
Ooh. That is a 3.
You're like looking at your feet while you're walking.
Yeah, that's a 3.
So as you're walking through, like, you, from where you are right now, you're kind of like, the left and the right would take you to the faded breast, the left would take you uptown. You're walking uptown. paying absolutely no attention to your surroundings, I guess.
Kicking a few rocks as he goes.
Kind of whistling to myself.
You hear a voice around the corner. Good night. Or a It's kind of leaning up against the side of a home.
Oh no, I was like, who the
Do you just root anywhere that you can find?
I should ask you the same. Sauntering about town. Where have you all been? Where are your companions? Small tip. Have you decided to walk your own path?
Classic bad boy trope, you know?
Right?
I'm
He's into it.
Yeah.
I'm not walking my own path. I walk adjacent with people.
And that is working out for you.
Sometimes.
I'm curious. Why come to the heart?
Why not? It's a island that barely has any word coming to the mainland. It's filled with adventure and songs and stories.
These appeal to some,
Yes.
but most would try to avoid this difficult life.
You get what you put. You get out what you put in.
There is someone who must. I have to ask. Do you know your purpose here?
Like in town, I was just picking up some supplies.
On the heart.
I mean, I'm just winging it. I'm not. I've been in a traveling caravan and circus troupe my entire life. Traveling and just going is what I do.
Do you know why they call it the Heart of Mora?
I'm guessing it's people come here to find love.
It's so
He
cute.
kind of laughs a little bit. That is not what I have heard. You are not looking for something, though. Other than love, of course.
As somebody who tries to professionally dance around questions, I can tell when somebody's dancing around questions. Let's just speak plainly. What do you want?
You have seen the heart.
I've seen the heart.
That is my understanding.
I haven't seen it.
It exists, though.
So I've been told.
It is here.
So I've been told. Is this your reason why you're around here too?
I am searching, yes.
Well, you won't find it probably in this town.
Perhaps not. But perhaps you might know where to look. I am told you possess, within your companions, a map.
Well, there's a place in town that makes maps.
These maps are not what I require. I have one. It has no information I do not already have.
Did it tell you where to find to go fuck yourself?
No.
Yo, I got some stuff that smells like aloe.
Well, I would be willing to trade you for this map if you happen upon it.
Well, what are you offering?
Answers.
Answers isn't anything particularly that I'm looking for. Depends on, like, what questions are we talking about?
About your past and mine.
I just told you I was raised in a caravan. That's my past. My past isn't secret.
That is amusing to hear.
This is why nobody likes you.
I prefer it that way. There are a few that I like. I will not be in the first fireport for much longer. For another week, we'll wait before moving on.
Going back to the mainland?
No,
That's unfortunate.
a search must begin somewhere. Or the Hajun will not reveal itself.
Well, if I happen across it, I'll make sure to wave it in your face and tell you that ha ha ha.
Very well. Time for me to go.
I'd hope so. Until I'm giving the displeasure again.
Always a pleasure to talk with you.
Why do I hate to feel like this hate is a one-way street?
You see him kind of like, his chest kind of go up a little bit before he just takes flight and flies away into the sky.
Why is he on a boat? This dude can fly. What the fuck?
He just into the night sky before your vision loses him.
Wow.
I'm gonna...
Apple.
and then I'm just gonna jump. I'm gonna...
Fuck you.
You also would realize at this point, as you like jump, a lot of your pockets have been overturned.
Oh, that...
Oh. Obsessed. I love this energy. Keep it up.
Wait, did Krill do it or did?
I'm guessing he's a little minion dude.
Yeah, or exactly.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Check your things.
Aggressive.
There's nothing missing.
Oh, he's looking for something.
They've been
The
ransacked.
map. He's looking for
He's
the map.
looking.
Thought I had... He...
I would also like to find the map.
Aww.
It'll turn up.
Lucian has it. You just don't.
Lucian has it, yeah. Or Lucian straight up was like, oh shit. It seems like something Lucian would actually lose.
I was right here.
Totally.
Tim's still like.
That's in this pocket.
It'll turn up. And if it doesn't, I'll just reprint it. It's fine.
I can make copies.
You do have everything, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
But you're like
It's only gonna
clearly
take
been
Matt
rifled
a couple
through.
hours
Yeah.
of his life to make these.
He flies away. Mary Poppins his ass out.
Legendary.
I start making my way back.
Down the beach, up back to the hideout.
Yeah.
So it takes you a few hours, of course. But by the time you arrive back, I would say everyone is sleeping by now. Everything that had taken place resolved. Sort of trudge back through, find your way in. Everybody sleeping in their respective areas.
Excuse me.
As you do, roll me wisdom saving throw.
Me?
No, we're all in the same room. Oh no, just him? Oh.
Spirit.
That's a 3.
Oh.
You hear whispers calling to you.
Go again. First roll, now this motherfucker again.
So he's back into the cave.
He's back.
Yeah.
Oh, he uses fake name. I don't know.
Okay, this is weird. Hello?
No. I know what I'm doing.
I make my way back more into the cave.
Your eyes are drawn to Lucian's pack. He's like nearby.
I told them to lock this, but
You open up the pack.
yeah.
Roll me a perception check, Lucian.
Do you want to
22.
Oh!
As the flap is lifting open, your eyes just flutter open.
Lucian.
Not something you like that?
Science.
Yes. I know what you're reaching for.
I know.
Drop it. Walk away. I'm trying, man.
That's all.
I
Just
think you
walk
should let
away.
me- I think you should let me in.
Nope. No to the rest of that sentence.
I think you should.
Nope. I've learned my lesson from letting you touch it. Or beat up our bloody bastard. It's learning.
No. It kept calling me Carobs. This time it called me Bear.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Awesome.
My eye flies.
Lucian, as you guys are discussing this,
Roll
roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Finally, it wants me.
Simmer down,
It likes me.
This may be bad.
Papa.
This may be really bad.
Yeah.
7.
As you're talking about this, you're like, I feel like in order to just give this justice, I need to see it. You see Lucian reaching into the bag to pull the sword out.
What?
Are you stopping him or allowing this?
Well, I know that it doesn't. I think that it doesn't affect them. So I'm gonna let him.
Pulls the sword out, and he begins to unravel it on the ground, kind of unfurling things. You see the glimmer of the blade, and the gold around the hilt, and the eye just flares up. I need you both to roll me wisdom saving throws.
We all don't die.
It's a 4.
Oh my. Oh boy.
Wait.
Oh boy, here we go
Wow.
again.
2, 1. Let's do it.
You guys both glaze over for a moment.
Kick.
Your eyes kind of go dark.
Yeah.
Lucian, you kind of like start having these weird visions of you, this sword, swinging it, slashing with it. You see your enemies melting in front of you. Barrett, you see a similar thing. However, you're standing amongst a crowd, very pleasing manner, holding the sword aloft, glows and shines with this like necrotic kind of greenish glow. You have this huge grin on your face. And Barrett, you are holding the sword. You see Lucian kind of like, your eyes are open right now, and you're in the cave, and you're just holding the sword in your hand right now.
What? The fact that you're learning.
Extra deep.
What do you want?
Okay, Tim is sleeping right there, so don't kill her. Please.
As Lucian is holding his neck up. Make me a strength saving throw.
Kill Lucian, kill Lucian.
Hey, then we don't have to worry about the elves.
18.
Oh.
You're gripping it hard and you're finding the sword wants to push towards his throat, but you do not allow it to.
Oh my god. Shivers.
Before the whispers kind of... And Lucian goes, whoa. You see Barrett holding his sword just tightly, like whites on his knuckles.
Why did you grab that? At the same time that you reached out for it.
It does want.
Actually, what it wanted was me to slit your throat.
It's bad.
Okay, yes. I'm now completely done.
It's not that bitch. Take it. I'm done with this.
Oh.
I'm with Tim.
Tim with the sword.
To beat off. Not even Garcia.
Yeah. Cut off a path from their own men.
I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I'm gonna put it actually in my bag.
Bruh.
Give the murderous one the sword.
And Tim. She awakes at this exact moment. There, she'll take the sword.
I was on the bike the whole time.
I saw the whole thing go down.
You fools.
Fools. Fools.
It was just take some time away from the sword. I don't know why it chose me now.
Because I'm not giving it what it wants, apparently.
So you're allowing Barrett puts the sword in his bag.
Yeah. Please tell me if you feel these urges.
Well,
So
I feel like
I'm
it's getting
trying
pretty
to
easy to cast off its influence.
I've noticed that. It's very strong. Strong on the wheel.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd go find a spot to curl up and go to sleep.
Okay.
I will try. I will. I'm assuming you've had about like 4 hours of sleepish.
A few hours, I suppose.
hours?
Yeah. Actually, probably, yeah. Like
Okay.
a few hours for you.
So I'll be like officially long rested, and I'll take the rest of my time to just study and like take notes
Okay.
about what's
Staying up.
Yeah.
Doing some writing.
doing some writing.
So as you are up still, at some point you will notice Waynold and Valencia return. Waynold kind of like, he's actually really drunk right now. He's like, it's not a really good night. I hope dog, no, it's not up. I better go sleep right away. Like stumbles past and like trips over a few people, sort of like clatters down, like pulls a blanket over his face.
It's like
And Valencia kind of like steps in.
Into bed with like the belly.
Valencia kind of more or less does the same and like finds herself into her tent. That's pretty much all you notice though, other than that. I suppose Darkheart also returns.
okay. Can I
Well,
make a
it
note
takes a while to
about
go
time?
there, come back.
Or like rough about time. I know we're in a cave and such, but it's been like tracks.
It's 1 or 2 in the morning,
Okay.
maybe 3.
You left at like 4 p.m.
Clearly.
So he arrived back at some point, but just went to bed. Late night.
Is it a full moon tonight?
Pardon?
Full moon?
Is it a full moon tonight? I rolled a nat 20.
So you have
You don't know, you're in a cave.
Told you. I'll take some time to go out
To the beach?
Look for myself.
So as you do, you go out. Skies are still cloudy. Can't even see the full sky right now, but roll me a perception check.
6. It's cloudy.
It's cloudy. You can't tell. You're looking out and you're like, it's a dark night.
Some grass go.
Yeah. Late waves lapping. Don't notice.
Okay.
The wind's coming from away.
I'll spend until like I see the
One of
water
these
so I can
ways.
come back in.
Okay.
Go back.
Eventually, exactly that. As you're coming back in, the morning begins to rise shortly thereafter. The rest of you begin to wake. It's a long rest. It is morning. And that is where we will end our session for tonight.
Ooh, information dump.
Yeah,
That
that's
was a
great.
big old dump.
That's huge.
MiniWorldMasters Heart of Mora is recorded in Chibuktuk, in Mi'kmahi, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This territory is covered by the Treaties of Peace and Friendship, which recognizes Mi'kmaq and Wolastoqiyik title and establishes rules for what is to be an ongoing relationship between nations. We are all treaty people, and proudly support working and cooperating together to create a peaceful community where we can all live our best adventure.